Let's go live, y'all. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Okay, y'all can.
You should know he wrong. He a fucking white boy. Turn me up, Trey. That's weird. Jay cheated gang, we drop dude ass for moving wives' ass. You would die for trying to touch any nigga about me. I ain't days low, I keep something loaded. Don't try me. We might pull up from both ways with OKs like we YB. Yeah. New chain, I dare nigga try and touch it. And I keep my heat, this bitch hold 22 like Jimmy Buckets. Bitch asked me about dude them and my response was fuck they ass. Soon as he come out rushing, hit his head, for them cluck. We do hits like dead presidents, we pop out trash cans. I'm like Jim Carrey, I act different when I'm a man. We ain't gotta speak on shit. You heard about the last man. Oh, he trying to club. He don't know. This is last dance. You might not see him, but you gon' hit shots if you try to plot. On the camera, we calling them props, but they really not. He lost his life. He was trying to box. Now he in the box. Pull up shooting like I'm Billy Cock. They ain't see the Glock. When your homie died, first thing on your mind was make a diss. When my homie died, first thing on my mind was take a risk. On this side, before you leave the crib, gotta take a blip. Don't be with the wrong side. You would die for taking pics. Jay cheated gang, we drop dude ass for moving wives' ass. You would die for trying to touch any nigga about me. I ain't days low, I keep something loaded. Don't try me. We might pull up from both ways with OKs like we YB. Yeah. New chain, I dare nigga try and touch it. And I keep my heat, this bitch hold 22 like Jimmy Buckets. Bitch asked me about dude them and my response fuck they ass. Soon as he come out rushing, hit head,
clear the crowd. If that Glock don't do it, I bet this chopper can. Told them to come through shooting, they won't stop until they drop a man. All they seen was a nigga pop out, hit his top and ran. Seen him bitch up when he shot. We make niggas you want a man. You better not slip for them pop out dips and they hop out whips. 200 shots, that's enough to take a whole block out with. 308s, that's enough to take your whole top off with. He caught a flight, it was a one-way, but he never got off it. When your homie died, first thing on your mind was make a post. When my homie died, first thing on my mind was take a soul. I'm on their side, like a mailman, I'm just trying to play that role. You know they say, if you want them gone, you gotta play them close.
Jay cheated gang, we drop dude ass for moving wives' ass. You would die for trying to touch any nigga about me. I ain't days low, I keep something loaded. Don't try me. We might pull up from both ways with OKs like we YB. Yeah. New chain, I dare nigga try and touch it. And I keep my heat, this bitch hold 22 like Jimmy Buckets. Bitch asked me about dude them and my response was fuck they ass. Soon as he come out rush him, hit his head, for them cluck him.
I don't know why I muted my mic, but I hope y'all can hear me still. So I had 7 altogether. This is the day that I got out of surgery. Okay. So I had a binder on my stomach, like just a little thing or whatever, so that like if you cough and stuff like that, you don't have to like feel like you ripping anything or anything like that. Man, my daughter took that binder off because she wanted to see what it looked like. I asked her to take a picture because I didn't feel like getting up. Man, I was mad as hell, child. Okay. That it hurt. It hurt bad. But at after I got done, okay, when I was in the hospital, right? I just want to tell y'all this. When I was in the hospital the night before, I could not sleep at all, right? So obviously I go to the hospital at 5:30 in the morning. I'm already tired because I've been up all day the day before. So they, my hubby was there. He was definitely helpful. My kids was, you know, worried about it, but I still sent them to school and stuff. And then so I told him, I was like, you could leave and just come back because it's gonna take a while. He was like, I'm not leaving you here, girl. Like, nope. So I kept trying to like get him to go like do something, while I was getting surgery or whatever. Beforehand. They came in there with some stuff that they was talking about was gonna relax me. Yeah, it relaxed me all right. It put me dead to sleep. And we talking about before they give you the milk of amnesia. That's what they call it, that propofol, child, so they can get to working on you and stuff like that. I was knocked out. They gave me the stuff to relax you or whatever, which they give to everybody. I was telling them I was pretty chill and calm and cool. And they was like, nah, you're gonna pretty much forget everything that I tell you, but I'm still gonna tell you it, and then I'm gonna give you the shot. I didn't remember nothing that the person said. The only thing I remember is them starting to wheel me through like the door of my hospital door and me looking back and telling my hubby, go get something to eat or something like that, and then going, woo, or something. That's what he said. But that's what I remember. And then after that, I don't remember nothing. I don't remember the operating room, nothing like that. So it'll be officially 2 weeks tomorrow. So I just really been resting and stuff like that. Um, and just because they got me on a diet to where I can't like eat well, now I can eat soft foods, but for like the first 10 days, they didn't want me to eat nothing but things that your stomach could easily break down, which is basically the liquid diet. And I got tired of that liquid diet about day 7. And so I started to sneak a little a little like piece of pizza here or whatever. And it didn't I learned why they say wait, you know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling definitely much better. Definitely feeling better. I'm noticing, remember how I used to always have to go and stuff like that, clear my throat. I'm not doing that like that anymore. Um, every now and again, my doctor said that it may happen just because, it takes a while for your body to adjust to everything. Literally, I didn't know that I knew, but I didn't think about it like this, that they were literally repositioning my actual stomach where your food goes because obviously I moved up, which is a hiatal hernia, where it kind of moves up into your chest cavity and stuff like that. And you can get a hiatal hernia from literally coughing too hard, or being pregnant and having that bad morning sicknesses, which is what I had. Mainly, with my first daughter, I had bad morning sickness, but with my second daughter, it was really even worse. Um, in different aspects or whatever, because I was coughing a lot. Like I wouldn't have um like morning sickness where I would actually vomit. I would just cough and feel like I had to throw up or whatever. But which could have been symptoms of the hiatal hernia. So I think that my doctor did a wonderful job. They hey Leak You, shout out to Leak You. Shout out to Leak You. Shout out to everybody up in here. Real Mama, Wale. Um, so they did that. I should have pulled up a video or whatever of basically what they do without the blood and gore of the emergency room, like a cartoon or whatever. But basically, they just secure it. They put some mesh over it, which will dissolve in your body over 18 months. And then I'll have stitches in my stomach, like in my stomach where your food goes, not your stomach where your like abs are and stuff like that. But I will have that for the rest of my life. But on the incisions on the outside, as you see, I don't know if it's gonna mute it again, but so these are really small incisions, and this is because they use the Da Vinci machine or whatever. Basically, the Da Vinci machine has a whole bunch of arms on it, and the doctor can control the Da Vinci machine through like a gaming console looking type of thing that's right by the operating table and stuff. So with these, you get precision cuts. If I would have had this surgery done before, like years before, maybe even 20 some years ago, they would have cut me really, really a big cut going down and then, had to suture it up. But what you see right here, you don't see no stitches. You see actually Dermabond, which is skin glue, which, like I said, this is the first day of my surgery. I don't know what that is on my stomach that they wrote on there. It looks like something in a heart. Me and my daughter was trying to figure that out, kind of. But so yeah, if I would have had like the bigger incision and stuff, ooh, it would have took way longer to heal. But I'm actually feeling better. I'm not finna cam up, y'all, because I'm just chilling up in the dark or whatever. Cause it just feels, kind of good or whatever. I don't know. Some of the meds that they got me on got my eyes kind of sensitive to light. And I only got about another week until I'm off of them. So I'm just trying to bear through it. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm not working. I'm just at home. And I do go to the doctor tomorrow. Hopefully he says that I can go back to work. But if not, hey, I'm gonna be working from home at least, cause shit, the hell. Yes, modern day technology is the bomb. So I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wanna come up, because I definitely could have, edited a show for today and stuff. I just wanted to kind of get that first live out the way, see how it feels to sit for a little while at my computer and stuff like that. And then before I jump back into editing, because right now my doctor has it that every hour I have to get like stand up, kind of move my legs around or whatever. I can't sit for like more than an hour, and then he doesn't want me to stand for too long either. You know what I mean? So it's just the best. But hopefully I go tomorrow, and hopefully he gives me full clearance to go back to work and stuff like that. I would really appreciate that. But if not, I'll be working from home and I'll be able to get more work done. Okay. Yes, I had to eat. So right now I'm phase 3. So phase 1 starts in the hospital, where they will give you water, ice chips, some jello or something like that, right? I drank water. I chose to drink water because I was scared. I was thinking like it was gonna burn going down. I'd heard from other people, but I drank water. And then so when you're in the hospital, that's phase 1. But since I was released from the hospital, after I left the hospital, I immediately went into phase 2. Phase 2 is liquid diet. So even though Jello isn't really liquidy, it is in their aspect. So liquid, I guess it is if you put it in your mouth and you just let it sit there, it kind of dissolves by itself. So Jello, um, uh, pudding, ice cream, soups, but it couldn't be a soup with like stuff in it. So like I chose cream of mushroom was my shit during this whole thing. It was like my number one go-to. I tried cream of chicken, and that was all right, but cream of mushroom for some reason just smacked. And then I got, after like 7 days of that, I got tired of that. And like I said, Bay had cooked some home made pizza or whatever, not like it's too hard or whatever, but it was smelling real bomb. And he had cut it into these little uh these little squares and stuff. So I snatched one or whatever, ate it very, very slowly, which I should not have done. And then, stuff like that. But yeah, right now I'm also on the liquid diet, but I also can now bring in like applesauce, scrambled eggs, and it's something else that I'm not finna eat. But yeah, and I stole a cookie or two. The other night, this was like 2 days ago. I thought my son was asleep, so I come downstairs and all that, and he happened to be like in the living room. So I get to digging around, because my king is a chef, and they make all type of little bakery stuff or whatever. So I seen like a cookie with nothing on it, right? It was like a peanut butter cookie. Man, I got to digging in the bag, or digging in the thing for the cookie or whatever. And my son was like, "Put that down, mom. I'm finna tell dad right now." I was like, "Don't say nothing. Like, I'll give you $10." But I was hungry, y'all. Like, I had to. Oh, I could eat popsicles and all that, but I just really, like, you get tired of not being able to eat real food, And then um one night my king came home from work, and he had like a Burger King cup. And I was like, I know that Burger King cup didn't come by itself. I was like, "So where the burger at?" He was like, "I ate it because I didn't want to eat it in your face because I know you can't eat." And I was like, "Oh, so you just cheating on me with fast food, huh?" And he just started laughing. But y'all, it's hard to like be with a chef, because he come home and he cook for the kids and stuff. And it's just like, oh my God. And then at his job, they make this bread, right? Also, that I like putting with like soups if I eat a soup or something like that. It's really like crunchy bread. I forgot what they call it. But anyway, he just started bringing home mounds and mounds of it. You know what I mean? Like, cause a lot of the times, when they, prepare food or whatever food gets prepped, if at the company that he works at, if they don't use that food prep stuff that day, they throw it out. So of course, everybody, that work in the kitchen or just work there, period, will go and grab the stuff, you know what I mean, that was freshly cooked but didn't sell that day and stuff like that. Cause they start over every day. Girl, I was in there trying to eat everything, like, but that pizza, when I ate that pizza, because I really was trying to chew it up real good, and I did, but I didn't think about it like the dough of the pizza kind of like expanding or whatever. And yeah, I had a couple of little pains in there, whatever, that was not too good. Um, That's why they don't want you to eat, the bread and stuff like that at that time. So right now I'm on phase 3, and the only thing that really got added is, like I said, the applesauce and the the scrambled eggs, and there's something else that I would never eat. I don't know. I think it's like cream of wheat or something. Like what? Ew. So I don't know, right now, like, I just been living off of Gatorade and Jello and pudding and, sneaking some pizza whenever I can. I'm just like, but yeah, so, it's that or whatever. I did eat some ramen noodles, but I didn't get like the normal ramen noodles. I always pronounce this wrong, the faux noodles, the faux or whatever it's called, right? The Asian type of thing, because the noodles are thinner and stuff like that. And I was watching this girl's video on YouTube. One dude, I watched his video, and he said 3 days after he couldn't do the liquid diet no more. He a skinny dude too. And he took a handful of Doritos, crunched them up really good in his mouth, and swallowed it. And he said he didn't have no issue and stuff like that. But I ain't been that brave yet, because I just keep thinking about like chips. They have all them little ridges in them and stuff. I can't eat. No, I can't eat grits till next phase. Which so phase phase 1 is just in the hospital. Phase 2, you do that for 10 days. Phase 3, which is what I'm on now, you do that for another 10 days. And then you move to phase 4, and you're on that for 10 days, and you can eat like pastas, but it has to be like moist. It cannot be dry at all. And like minced meats and stuff like that. Kind of other things. And then so you do that for 10 days and then you can go and resume your normal like diet and stuff. I can't even eat a salad right now. Yeah, food. Fa. Okay. I hope I did it right. I hope I pronounced it right. But I love that. And so there's these cups. It's called like Vietnamese. I think it's like Sun Dragon is the brand or whatever. Oh my God. Them things are so good. And then so I got some of them, and then my old man went to the store and got some mama noodles because he couldn't find any more of those vegetarian, I think not vegetarian, Vietnamese noodles or whatever that was talking about Sun Dragon. So he found some mama noodles that was clear and they're thin. They're not like ramen noodles exactly. They kind of look like plastic in a way. But they fire. But the ones that he got me was a little spicy. So at first I was scared because I'm thinking if it burns in my throat or whatever, like in my mouth going down, what is that gonna do? Down there. I have gotten no food stuck so far. I'm thankful for that. Um, haven't really, like the first few days I was on because they gave me Dilaudid for a pain med. And I was scared, okay, because we just got done talking about a woman that was on, regardless, let me stop being petty. It's my first day back, child. We gotta, but I was scared because addiction can come from, you know, um having a surgery done, or you know what I'm saying, some type of injury, and then they give you pain meds and then you become an addict. So I don't know, I'm always like weird about things like that. So like the first few days I literally only popped one like every day, and that was if the pain was really bad, which it was. Because let me tell y'all, when I woke up after surgery, fam, now okay, they put you in recovery, right? And you're in recovery until you can physically wake up. And the propofol or whatever they gave you wears off and everything like that, and you start to come to. You're in recovery. I don't remember being in recovery at all, but I remember phase 2 of recovery. And that's where just a male nurse just came in like, all right, so you got to get dressed, you got to put your clothes on yourself. I was like, sir, could you leave the room then? And can you go get my hubby, right? And he was like, no, in order for, your doctor said, in order for you to be released, you have to put your clothes on by yourself. So I'm sitting here, right? And look, I'm not stupid, okay? I've had abdominal surgeries before. If you didn't know, I had my gallbladder removed when I was 20 something, and I've had 4 C-sections. You feel what I'm saying? So I kind of knew that, I knew how to get around this, right? So what I'm going to tell you, I don't do on a normal basis, but in this case, I did because I'm not stupid. So he got to giving me my clothes, right? He gave me my pants. And he's like, okay, I don't see no underwear in here. And I was like that. And now, mind you, I'm still on the pain meds, and my chest, my torso literally feels like if you went in there with a lighter, that it, like if you would have came in my hospital room and flicked a lighter, like I would have just, that's how I felt. I felt like it was finna go down. So the man like trying to like, you know, hand me my clothes. I guess I just snatched the clothes, the pants out of there. And he was like, actually, I wasn't saying that, anything wrong about you not having underwear. That's actually a smart thing, because a lot of the people that come in here, you would be like looking at it crazy if you've seen like the clothes that they come wearing to surgery and then they have to put on after surgery. They're complicated, or it's just like they dress like they finna go to the club or something. So he's like, I think the sweatpants was a great, deal. And also the underwear not being there, can't nobody tell, you know what I mean? And that's one less thing to put on. So he reaches in the bag again. He pulls out a shirt that I worn there, which is my Boys in the Hood shirt. And he's like, all right, boys in the hood. So now he tried to be nice because I'm feeling uncomfortable. Girl, and when he said he couldn't leave me in the room by myself, I just didn't give a fuck. I just got to put my clothes on butt naked in front of the man like I didn't give a fuck. Period. I was like, we finna make it to the next step. So then he comes, he brings my husband in after I got my clothes on. I swear I must have been in there for at least an hour, it felt like. And I just like, every time he was trying to like, you know, touch or look at something on my body or take my vitals, I would like snatch away from him. And my husband was like, you know, my wife is very you know, assertive and sometimes aggressive, you know, but this got to be because of the meds. And the dude was like, yeah, this is the meds. A lot of the times, like when they're in this stage, they'll try to fight us or they'll call us names and stuff like that. I was like, I didn't call you no name. And he was like, no, I'm not saying that you did or whatever. I felt so bad because I was mean to the man or whatever. But, well, family, he paid me back because he asked my husband to go get the car, which was, you know, in the parking ramp or whatever. And he's like, I'm going to get her ready to, you know, meet you in the front of the hospital. You know, they got to put you on a wheelchair and bring you out and all that, even if you can walk, right? This man put me into this contraption that resembled a wheelchair, but it was not quite a wheelchair. And I guess it was Go Speed Racer because he started just going through the hospital like we were in a race or something. And I thought I was gonna die. I was scared, y'all. Shout out to Doe Eyes. Shout out to Doe Eyes. Man, Doe Eyes is amazing. Make sure y'all check out her channel as well. She be going in on some of these topics. But I thought I was literally gonna die, right? And now I'm knowing because I had all this medicine in me that was still kind of there, but it was lingering. And then they told me to breathe deep and cough and all this, and that hurt, right? Um, but I started getting like motion sickness, right? So, um, girl, we got haters in here for what? So we driving through or whatever. It felt like we was driving through the hospital on the wheelchair, whatever. That's how I felt. I felt like I was in a car already. So I started getting motion sickness. By the time my man pulled up, which right when we got there to the entrance of the hospital, he was coming down into the little hospital area to pick up patients and stuff, right? And I got out the wheelchair trying to get into the car, whatever, and all of a sudden just started dry heaving and shit. Boy, I thought I was going to die. The nurse, dude, I remember looking back at him and I'm like looking at him like, nigga, help me or something, right? And he like looking at my husband, he like, she shouldn't be able to throw anything up because there's nothing on her stomach, literally water that she drank an hour ago and that's already like passed or whatever. And so he like, I don't really know what to do. And my king is like, I got it. Just get her in the car, whatever. And I'm looking at the dude, the nurse, like, nigga, you supposed to do something right now. And then I'm also looking at him like, I wouldn't be sick like this right now if it wasn't for you going 180 down them hallways, you know? But so I get in the car. I don't remember anything about the way home, period. I asked him, I was like, dang, so when we got to the house, I asked him, I was like, dang, so you gotta go pick up my prescriptions or whatever. He was like, nope. They made sure that I had them. So he jiggled the little bag with the papers in it and the medicine and stuff. So then he just helped me upstairs. I'm telling you, I laid down and I didn't get up for hours. I laid down. It must have been another 8 hours I slept. So my surgery took thank you. So my surgery took like 3 hours and then recovery. So I was in there about 5 hours. But I literally thought that like I, that dry heaving from the motion sickness or whatever. Oh my God, I thought I was going to die. And of course, when you get surgery, they fill your body with like a gas or whatever, right? Because they said like air does something. I can't remember exactly what it was. I ask them tomorrow, but gas gives them a better way to like see everything. And the gas, for some reason, comes out of your shoulders. So you have really bad shoulder pain or whatever. man, I thought that my arms was gonna fall off. Yeah, it took 3 hours, like from when they wheeled me out of my hospital room to be in the surgery room. It took about, like, I think he said 2 hours and 48 minutes or something like that. And then yeah, like 2 hours in the thing. So we got to the hospital at 5:30, but surgery didn't start until 7:30. And then I was home by about like 1 or 2 ish. So yeah. So what's good? Shout out to everybody up in here. Yeah, the back and the shoulders. Mama Rika, I thought that literally my torso was gonna just like, I thought that it was literally too much and everything. Like, I don't know. And then they're like checking me for things like, so you don't have this or you don't have that. Cause they was looking for things like that could start a fire. And I'm like, so I could just bust into flames in the emergency room. And they're like, well, we're using gas. So I think because I lied to them about my my lip ring, which I shouldn't have did. I told them that it don't come out, which it do. I just didn't want to have to like put it back in and being all drugged up and stuff. So they taped it because they literally had to like put a tube down your throat and all that anyway, just in case, like, I don't know if it was a ventilator or what, but they have to do that. And I should have just been honest, and I think that's where the pain came from, because the last time that I had an abdominal surgery with, like, I think it was the C-section of my youngest daughter. I didn't have the piercing, I don't think yet, or for some reason I took it out or something. And I didn't have, no, that's because I'm tripping, because that was the epidural and there is no gas. That's why. No, it's good, because I was laughing at myself like, damn. But it was pretty good. Oh, but then, man, let me tell y'all about this. So I go in there, I don't know what I was thinking, right? Because I really don't like needles. A lot of people don't understand that because I have all these tattoos on my body and stuff like that. But I really don't like needles. I don't like people sticking me with needles to draw blood or nothing. So I go in there, I'm like, it's usually hard for them to get my vein, and stuff like that. And so, could you use a butterfly needle? And she was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And the lady putting it in, she didn't say yeah, sure, whatever, but that's what it felt like. And then so she came out with this little needle and she like, before I give you your IV, I'm gonna numb the area. So I'm like, okay, it was a little ass needle, like a baby needle, right? And I was like, okay, she heard me, right? She understand what I'm saying. And then after she put that in there, then she pulls out this big ass needle, bro. I almost fainted. She grabbed my arm and they gave me my IV on my forearm. She grabbed my arm, then put the needle down and grabbed a ultrasound machine and started running it across my arm or whatever, right? Where she was gonna do it at. And then she was like, there's a good vein right there. And then she picked the needle back up and I was like, no, no, no. And she was like, don't do that, don't do that. And I was like, nah, fam, that woman put that needle in my arm, fam. That shit hurt. The numbing shit did not work. Cause I guess they said they had to be in like an artery or something. I don't know. And then all I know is I go to look at my arm after she placed the IV, is blood all over my arm, just blood all over my arm. And I'm like, bro. And she like, no, don't look at your arm yet. Don't look at your arm. And I'm like, fuck you mean don't look at my arm? You got all this blood just like coming out or whatever. And she like, let me clean it up. So I let her clean it up or whatever. And I really did not like that woman from there on. Like, but that was her only job to put that in there. So I kind of just like let her go on her way. But I was not feeling some of that. Then, there was other people that came in there to wash my stomach off or do this and do that. It was weird. It was very weird. I was not feeling that. But I felt like she was deboing me because it felt like she was holding a big ass gun and she was gonna shoot me in my arm. Cause that needle, bro, the needle was not only long as hell. The needle was like half of the size of a pinky. Like that needle was huge. And I was like, I almost fainted and everything. Like when you get ready to faint or you're about to faint or that feeling comes on and everything kind of starts getting hot, and then like you get that tunnel vision where you can't really see on the sides. That's what it felt like, y'all. So I don't know, but I'm definitely feeling better. I'm noticing the other day I was doing that clear my throat thing or whatever, and I just looked at my husband. I was like, "It's back," and he was like, "Nah, babe, like stop talking like that." I was like, "What if it didn't work?" I was like, "What if they really didn't do surgery? What if they just did the, you know?" And he was like, "Here you go with your conspiracy theory." He was like, "It happened and all that." And even in the hospital, I was like, it don't even feel like y'all did anything or whatever, because I still had that going on in my throat. And the nurse well, the man that gave me my clothes to put on, he was like, "That's gonna happen for a little bit or whatever." And I was like, "Y'all just tricked me and stuff. Y'all didn't really do nothing." But I think they did now. It obviously feels like they did. I ain't had no heartburn at all. Like I haven't had been able to enjoy juice, like just juice, cranberry juice, any type of juice, apple juice for years without having heartburn or anything like that. And now I can just drink juice. So I love that. That feels good. That will probably have me drinking less pop, because I love me some pop. Yeah. But if you have like a hiatal hernia, it's worth it getting it done, because from I watched this video. This man, he said that his doctor told him to get the hiatal hernia surgery done, and he kept prolonging it and stuff like that. And his hiatal hernia got worse, and something like erupted in his body, and then he went septic. And septic is like where like your stomach contents mix in like with stuff that is not supposed to mix in with like your in your chest and stuff like that. And I seen he had this thing that um it was like a port in his chest, and that's where like his saliva went down. I think they had to remove a couple of things or whatever. And he also had a feeding tube in his stomach, and that made, when I seen that video, I was like, we going to get it done. I don't care how much it hurts. You should maybe want to look at getting it done, because now, like I said, how they do it now, they definitely is different. Imagine like getting like like your actual stomach, where your food gets worked on. I mean, where your food gets worked on, where your food goes, being worked on, right? And they don't have laparoscopic or robotic surgery. Um, Back in the day, they had to, give you a very huge incision and, really open you up to get up in there. And you would have to deal with maybe, precision issues, like the doctor's hand shaking, or, it's bloody up in there and stuff like that. So it might be a little slippery, and it takes longer for a larger incision to heal and stuff like that. But not with this. Like literally, the doctor is right next to you. I should see if I can find one. The doctor's literally right next to you doing the surgery, and his hands ain't all bloodied or nothing like that. Let me try to see if I put one in my like section. I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been seeing all the crap that's been going on YouTube. Like y'all really, some of y'all, not all of y'all, gotta get it together. I'm not finding one, but basically it's a machine that just got like, I think it's four hands on it or whatever. And it's not like really hands, but they have like troll cars, which is like a metal rod that has like, one may have scissors on the end of it, one might have like a grabber, like a little grabber thing on the end of it and stuff like that. Let me see. Vinci. Okay, I found one. All right, let's watch this together. Hold on. Let's watch this together. Shout out to Cleveland Clinic. Here's the link to this video right here. Yup, there's a camera. So right here, let me just show you. So right here in this picture right here where they put the I where it looks like I be or I love or something. Let me This is where the camera went, where the large thing is at. That's what they told me. So let's hold on. I did something wrong here. Okay, let me take this off. Let me show you this machine though. This machine is wild as hell.
At Cleveland Clinic Abu Dhabi, robotics is bringing the latest inventions in surgery to our patients. Robotics allows us to do things that was never before possible in surgery. It's an extension of our own eyes, allowing us to see in 3 dimensions. It's an extension of our own hands, allowing us to perform sophisticated surgeries through incisions the size of a finger.
So those are the things, these little arms. I think there's what, 3, 4.
Cleveland Clinic has a long history of advanced minimally invasive and robotic surgery, both in the United States and here in the Middle East. We've been doing these procedures for over 20 years. Complex, minimally invasive robotic surgeries in the field of urology are extremely common and allow us to treat patients with a broad spectrum of disease.
So my doctor was like right here, and I was laying right here, and the only thing that they do before surgery is they make the cuts on your skin. And then they line up the trocars, which is these long rod things, to the incision. So now it knows where to go and what incision is for what. Beforehand, the doctor kind of programs the machine already, but the doctor has full control of the machine the whole time. It doesn't the machine doesn't do the work on its own or isn't programmed to really do the work on its own. The doctor does it.
Diseases including prostate cancer, kidney cancer, adrenal cancer, and complex urologic reconstructive procedures such as pyeloplasties and ureteral reimplantation.
Robotic surgery benefits the surgeon in different aspects.
Oh shit, we have a problem with the thing. Hold on, let me put it back on. We had lost some.
First of them is avoiding surgical trauma. When we do some sort of operations, there is some trauma that disappears when you operate a patient under a robotic platform. Second advantage is the magnification of the operative field view. This is a 3D magnified image that we obtain through the robot console. Third important aspect that benefits the surgeon is the better ergonomic. The surgeon is sitting in the console and is doing his procedure comfortably.
We do the procedure that's best for the patient from a medical point of view, but the approach has to fit the body habitus of the patient. So not every patient is a candidate, but the candidates have to be chosen carefully through a multidisciplinary approach. The advantages of the robotic approach are decrease in the amount of blood loss, decreased time in wound healing
And remember, the blood loss thing could have been an issue because remember, I have a tendency to be anemic. So that's another reason why this was a great surgery option for me.
The incisions are very small, very little pain, and no restrictions after robotic surgery.
This technological leap has transformed the care of our patients. Safety is improved, the quality of the operations is better than ever before, and our patients benefit. They leave hospital and return to their lives with their families and in their communities much more rapidly than was ever possible before robotics came into being. At Cleveland Clinic Abu Dhabi, we will continue to push the boundaries of medicine.
So that is basically, I think the machine that I didn't see it. But right here, right? Wait, there was another one that they put a grape. Let me see. Because they have a few of them. And then we'll get into talking about something else too. I don't want to make it just about this, but look at this, y'all. This is with that same thing. This is a grape. They're gonna put sutures in a grape. Damn, this thing is acting funny again. I just want to show y'all this short video really quick. What's good, Preach? Because I thought it was crazy that they could, you know me, I love to I was finna say interview. I love to investigate, right? So of course, before I got any surgery done, I wanted to know more about this machine. Even though I've had a laparoscopic surgery before, it wasn't with the Da Vinci. So let's just like for a minute watch them put stitches in a little ass grape with that same machine. That's crazy that they could do this. I'm gonna turn that little music off because it's annoying, child. But this is, the way to do it. My mom had knee surgery. She had messed up her knee real bad. Um, when she was at work and just kind of like let it go for some years or whatever, it would kind of just irritate her or whatever. They used laparoscopic surgery for that, and she was feeling better in a matter of days, besides the swelling or whatever. I just think it's crazy that they could do this on a grape, a little grape. Like, it's wild. Straight stitches on a grape. So that's that. But yeah, y'all know this whole shit with Diddy. Y'all know I'm gonna cover it, right? I have been already starting to do my research and things like that, but there are a couple of little short videos I do want to share with y'all. Right. Yesterday I'd shared a video. Hold on. Yesterday I'd shared a video. Excuse me. Excuse me. Of Reggie Wright talking about how he had predicted P. Diddy's raid. Now, this isn't an official us looking at it and things like that, right? I'm gonna get in here and do some editing and stuff like that. And we gonna really get down and dirty with this P. Diddy thing. Yeah, I think it is dope. I think the machine, the Da Vinci machine, there's different series and stuff like that. They have different ones, I think, for different, portions of the body or whatever. But just think about how back in the days you would have to get a whole bunch of like a big long cut or whatever, and just trying to recover from a large cut when the biggest cut on my body, even though I have 7 incisions total, the biggest one is a quarter, a half of an inch or something like that. And the littlest one is like almost a dot, you know. Um, I could see where, because on my side I have a large bruise on one of the sides. So in my opinion, I don't know, unless the like troll car got the bumping around and moving or something like that when it was in my body, which I doubt. That area where I have a large bruise right by one of the incisions, in my opinion, is where they like stuff the mesh in there so that they could, with the arms of the machine, bring it to where it needs to be, brought the stuff for the sutures in, gauze or whatever they needed to like clean up the area so they could see it better. Blood is kind of probably flowing through there, whatever, and stuff like that. So really, to get out of this whole situation with this surgery and only have a bruise that's probably about the size of a plum, a small plum, that's pretty good because none of my other incision sites have any bruising at all. So I think I think that's cool. So again, if you got to get a surgery now, it's better. If you scared about a surgery, research it first. You know what I mean? Look at what could happen if you don't get it fixed. Because for me, what could happen if I didn't get it fixed outweighed, the little pain or whatever for a few days and discomfort and stuff like that, in my opinion. Right? I might do a video on it because I got like some footage and stuff, even from my anemia situation, which now, so they think that because the hiatal hernia can cause you to be anemic, right? And I was saying the whole time that what caused me to be anemic, in my opinion, I think also what helped me become anemic was because I was eating those antacids, which have calcium. Calcium, when you when you ingest calcium, it will not let the iron that you're ingesting works. And iron, and anemia go hand in hand, right? Oh, you talk about that post from a few hours ago where TD Jakes was, yeah, he was sweating, he was scared. Yes, and definitely more sterile. More sterile, definitely. Definitely. Because I was asking them about that, like, do you switch out the troll cars in between and all that? And they were like, yes, we do. And that's why I liked the hospital that I went to, because anything that I was not familiar with, or, I just had a question, even if it seemed stupid or something, they definitely answered, all my questions. So I was, happy about that. So, but let's switch now. Hold on. Did he thinking about those facts? Yes, man. TD Jakes, I guess I seen a thing where they said TD Jakes was arrested by the feds, like I want to say January or something. I saw that after I had posted the thing about TD Jakes, but that's interesting too, because what is that girl named? Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever, right? Who was with Epstein. Ain't she going to court right now? See, we might have to switch a little bit. Like, we always just gonna ride down on Sonetta and them, but we got to start bringing some of the other things that is going on into this. Somebody had made a comment earlier. I don't know where the comment went. I tried to like it and post it. I don't know if they took it away, but they were saying, why don't you talk about the kids in the industry that are being abused? And I did. I used to have a channel that's name was Cash Me Out, I Am Queen Supreme. And that channel I went a lot at the elites, and we looked at a lot of other stuff, but a lot of conspiracies and things like that. And I lost that channel. So I kind of, moved away from that, but now maybe, I can find a way to bring it without having to lose my channel this time or whatever. But a lot of the time, information, unless it comes forward, or you see something, you don't really know. But a lot of the industry children, in my opinion, are being abused and kind of were offered up by their parents as a sacrifice. Like, shout out to Control Girl. I think it's Control Girl, right? CTRL Girl. Shout out to you. Much love. Beautiful, beautiful. But I forgot what I was gonna say. But let's look at this. Reggie Wright told P. Diddy, um, said that, predicted that P. Diddy would get rated. And this was, I believe, in December or something. I know I had posted a short of Reggie Wright talking about this on my YouTube channel yesterday, this channel that you guys are on now, and also an attorney that spoke on, because a lot of the people that were coming out and were talking about, oh, the sons got put in handcuffs. She broke down everything. And already going in, I knew everything that she was stating, but with the YouTube streets, they like to hear from somebody that's officially qualified, and that woman is an attorney. So she broke it down. One of the sons, I guess, is involved in the paperwork now. So, but any adult on the scene of a raid, where a search warrant is being executed, they're always going to put in handcuffs anybody that is an adult, so that they can contain the situation, kind of move them out the way while they do their job. So anyway, let's look really quick at Reggie Wright told P. Diddy, he knew that he was gonna get raided.
So I wouldn't be surprised if some storages,
Hey Jay,
or some of Puffy properties be getting raided real soon, because they need to get to those tapes. They get one of those tapes with him with those little people that have been making the accusations. Woo, man. Done. But Puffy the type, he'll blow his brains out, guarantee you. Or do like he did on that.
Or do like they did with Epstein and act like he killed himself in that jail in New York, but he really didn't. Because I'm not buying that man hung himself off the bunk of that cell block, in his cell. That's crap. I've been arrested before, and ain't no way.
That corkscrew
been to jail and all that.
Lie. How he did. The next thing that's going to be happening, and after this, is now you're going to start seeing some criminal investigations getting opened. And because when you get too much of this smoke, law enforcement generally gets involved. So that'll be the next thing that will be happening to Puffy, unfortunately. For his sake, y'all know I'm one that believes if you ain't getting psychological help.
Yes, Justin was named listed in the charges against Diddy as one who attended the freak parties. He might go to prison with his dad. Man, that's crazy.
Getting some type of help, and you're a victim, you got to come right away with me and tell it. That's what's happening to y'all boy Puff, P. Diddy, Brother Love, and all of that. But don't act like y'all.
And him changing, like, calling himself Brother Love and all that, that's deflection, fam. That is definitely deflection. He needs to stop.
Starting to hear it. Because I've been telling y'all, the brother is a homosexual. And he's fighting it, trying to hide it. And he needed this come clean. Yeah. How? It hasn't happened yet.
Well, he's not only homosexual, and again, I wouldn't care if he was homosexual. It's the victims that he is victimizing because, what I was going to say really quick was, in my opinion, some of the parents offer their children up, right? We seen what happened during the R. Kelly thing, right? Where parents, brought, their children to R. Kelly and all this and that, and their children were victimized and all that. But also in the Usher situation, Usher's mother, literally at around the age of 10, just gave Diddy her son. Didn't know him from Adam, Steve, Eve, anything, but gave her her son. Like, gave him her son, my man. My man,
he hasn't been rated yet. Trust Reggie motherfucking right. They coming. They talk about the secret.
Oh, it's Jason. Or right, Justin.
Tapes and the secret cameras and all of that. Too much. Too much for the police, for a law enforcement official to convince a DA and a judge to issue a warrant to at least go for a fishing expedition, to go hunting, to go looking for something. Hopefully, Diddy is smart enough to call up his good friend Russell and say, hey, Russell, I got these tapes. Because, it's one thing about pedophiles and murderers and stuff like that. They do not like getting rid of the evidence. They hold on to that shit like crazy. How many times y'all heard somebody get like, damn, how the fuck that nigga still got the gun? That gun would have been in the ocean, here, there, How they hold? Because they hold on to their tapes. That's why they do it. So they need it. And law enforcement know this. Like I always saying, and you
the fact, W. Johnson, shout out to you
too, John. Reggie be lying, Reggie making up shit. But if y'all go and listen to my videos before, y'all see I done spoke on all this bullshit before. Been telling y'all, Puffy Combs is a fucking homosexual.
So there's that one. Let me fix this and move this. So I'm trying to get this the attorney that had spoke out yesterday. Trying to find that one as well. Hold on, let me see. Well, I found it. I just gotta send it over here. Let's play this other Reggie Wright one. This is from Bomb First Media, or Bomb First YouTube page. And this is where the last video came from too, because I don't remember if I shared the link. But let's watch this, because Reggie Wright also talks about Jay-Z was with underage girls in the 90s as well, not just Diddy and R. Kelly. See, a lot of this stuff is being left out at this time or whatever, but we have to remember and go off of, people that were around and things like that. It is very new in the case, right? I think that them faking, in my opinion, Epstein's death kind of stopped it a little bit, but obviously they've been doing their due diligence, because you don't just, get raided by the Fed simultaneously on all your properties, which they do that. That is normal. That if they execute a search warrant and the person has more than one property, or there's more than one residence involved or whatever, that they would raid them all at the same time. Now, people were saying that his New York residence was raided as well, but I really didn't see any proof of that. I do have video footage of the Miami and LA one though. But let's look at Reggie Wright talking about Jay-Z's involvement, right? And I also got a picture that I meant to post of Dame Dash, 3 looks like underage women in the bed. Diddy's right there, and guess who's in the middle? Aaliyah. So let's take a look at this.
Reggie, when you were running around with Suge during the heyday of the Death Row days, did you ever have any interactions or stories with Aaliyah by any chance?
Aaliyah, no. No, we didn't. Aaliyah was a little young. That's why I always laugh at we all know what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah and how he had her at a young age. But the person that get mixed, a person that gets neglected, and I know in the 90s was different. A lot of older guys mess with the girls that were under 17 years of age. And, now we're a little more educated because of the talk shows with Oprah that we went through, and Dr. Phil and stuff like that. Even Ricky Lake and all of that. We realized that it wasn't so cool messing with the underage young ladies. I never had an attraction for someone younger. I always looked and had an attraction for older women, so I probably didn't have that problem. But then everybody that I fucked with did.
All right, now let's stop it right there for a second. So, in my opinion, this looked like the far left looks like Dame Dash. I don't know who the woman is, next to him, but is that Exhibit? Like, who is that laying next to Aaliyah? And then on the other side of Aaliyah, who do you see? P. Diddy, right? And another woman. What the fuck? Like, this is the first time I ever seen this picture, I believe.
Everybody, all of them. No names mentioned yet. But
hey, Max. What's good, Max? Y'all make sure y'all check out Max's channel.
I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? Y'all forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Y'all remember Fox Brown and Jay? Ain't no woman like the one I got.
And remember, Foxy Brown had some type of connection with Brother Polite, and I believe she was it was being stated that Brother Polite was like attacking her or something like that. I don't really remember. I need to look back into that.
No one could love you better. Before that song came out, we used to hear it. I used to tell shit. I was like, "Woo, that shit." Him and Mystical, those were 2 songs that were hot. That it took like a year before it got. Well, I'll say to the West Coast. I don't know if they were beating it up on the East Coast, but on the West Coast, it took like a year before those songs came out. And then Nelly song with the Lake St. Louis Ticks. But I'm just saying all that to say Foxy was young then as well. And so all of these guys and the underage young ladies was running rapid in the 90s. And so that's all I remember.
And Real Mama Fifi, that's crazy. See, now that I'm live and want to act up a little bit or whatever. But that's crazy if that's true. Aaliyah's mom was given the rights to her songs as a payment for being quiet about the marriage. Not only quiet about the marriage, but didn't she sign basically her daughter over to R. Kelly because she was so underage.
That's all.
Like a child can't get married, so the mom would have had the parents, somebody would have to have signatures. That's a fact, Maxine. These people are
I think about, with the DeBarge and Janet Jackson situation.
Facts.
That's all I think about, and I can remember about Aaliyah. Aaliyah was my wife's favorite artist. She loved the hell out of Aaliyah. It was a tragic how she died. Trying to rush back to get to Damon Dash on the plane.
And how many of y'all really believe that story about how she passed away? Do you guys really believe that it was like this, or maybe do you believe that she was sacrificed this way, or this is just how they covered up? I don't know. Her death and this plane thing never sat right with me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
And what happened is the Bahamians let her fly out, and their plane was overloaded or full.
Because remember, at that time, Jay-Z was also, really, wasn't he about to push Beyonce to the front line and all that, right?
That's the one thing that I didn't like about when I traveled to our black countries like the Bahamas and Jamaica and all of them.
Okay, Max says yes, but it was set up for her to pass.
The officials there, we used to have to bribe them $100 to.
Okay, Victor. Victor says that the white girl, which one though? Hold on, let me go back. The white girl is Natine Addock. Which one? The girl that's right next to Dame Dash? You talking about, because the other girl that's right next to P. Diddy, I don't know, she kind of looked like she mixed with something. So you talking about the girl that's between. What do y'all think? Do you guys think this is Exhibit right next to, I know y'all can't see my cursor, but right next to Aaliyah and in between, the girl, who is that? That looks kind of like Exhibit to me. I'm not even capping. That looks like Exhibit. But why is Puffy there?
To make rules fast, to let us in with the dogs that we didn't have properly claimed, or the not search our bags or whatever, or to sneak away with a whole bunch of cigars and stuff like that.
Oh, that's J-Lo by P. Diddy? No, it ain't. What? She look different. Oh, it is. Okay, now I see it in the face. Wow, she looks young. She does look young. That is crazy. Hold on, it's messing up again. All right.
Well, in Mexico, one thing about the motherfucking Mexican authorities, that number used to be 5 G's, 5,000 and stuff like that. And I used to laugh. I was like, damn, black folks is easily bribable. They so cheap. They don't understand the value that they be having. But yeah, that's all I got on Aaliyah, really. It's a talent. That's another person that life was taken too soon. That was a talent. Wonder what she would be now.
Who is Burrell?
Now, her, Pac, Big Pun, Biggie, Selena, people like that were taken too soon.
Right. That's a fact though. The Brook, like, I don't know, this shit crazy. something just don't seem right to me with this whole Aaliyah thing. Now I wanted to talk about this too because some people were saying, right, I was making my rounds around town and stuff, right? And some people were saying that P. Diddy was in another country and all this and that. I really don't know where this footage came from, but allegedly, I think it was TMZ spotted him at the airport pacing and looking very concerned. Let's watch this short news clip. It's 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Let me share this out too, just in case.
On this investigation, let's bring in former FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker. Chris, great to have you on the show. I mean, the big headline there is kind of what we want to get into you with, because it is now been confirmed this is a sex trafficking.
She did have him on both laps. Listen, though, it's a sex trafficking. What?
Confirmed this is a sex trafficking case, but Sean Combs is not the target. Well, he sure looks like the target, though, Chris. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, apparently HSI is leaking out a lot of information, and you're right. It looks like there's a very significant sex trafficking, human trafficking investigation.
Yeah, they said he went to Antigua.
Underway, and it looks like it's coming out of the HSI Division of International Organized Crime, or something along those lines. So it looks pretty significant. Got 2 major search warrants, a lot of process around those search warrants, a lot of kitted out tactical people raiding those 2 locations. So it looks like a lot of drama around all this. And there's enough probable cause, because you don't get search warrants without strong probable cause, that there is at least a human trafficking, sex trafficking ring at work here.
And explain that to us, if you would, Chris, because I know we have.
Wait, maybe this isn't the one where Diddy was pacing or whatever, but no.
Talked about, Jonathan just talked about the fact that there have been a number of lawsuits brought against Sean Combs, women alleging that he drugged them, and et cetera, and so on. My questioning: where does the trafficking come in there? What is it that we need to constitute human trafficking, sex trafficking, et cetera?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it looks like some of these lawsuits are sort of personal lawsuits, sexual assaults, sort of one-off. So to make human trafficking, or make a human trafficking violation under federal law, you have to be taking women against their will and forcing them to commit sexual acts. Query whether...
Or any human. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a man. It could be a child.
There are underage women involved in this investigation. That would make it...
I really hate when people say underage women, because there is no such thing as an underage woman. It's a child. It's a minor. If they can't go and buy cigarettes or liquor or do anything that an adult could do, then they're not a woman yet.
Even more serious if underage women or men are being forced to commit sexual acts, crossing state lines, crossing international boundaries, and also
they're now looking into his flight or his jet records. As far as, I guess, his private jet had made a lot of travels over from Sunday, which was before the eclipse, right, the lunar eclipse, into Monday, which then later that day, during sometime Monday, is when they raided his house.
What does this tie into? An organized crime group, a human trafficking organization? And I can tell you, the federal agencies don't like to get involved in one-off type cases. Neither the FBI or HSI will engage in small one-off, 1 or 2, prostitution rings and that sort of thing. If they're working this case, there are every indication is that this is a serious, significant human trafficking ring here.
Yep. Yeah, and I just want to kind of go one further with you on that, because here is former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky, what he had to say about this.
They allege everything from rape to sex trafficking to being drugged, and then also things like sexual harassment and other workplace type violence or abuses that are going on. I put this somewhere in between a Harvey Weinstein and an R. Kelly type of case. So I think that the criminal aspects are something that have to be deeply investigated.
In other words, he's saying, Chris, this is a significant case, and now you've got the you've got the Southern District of New York involved in this. A lot of heavy hitters in that area. So it really looks like, Sean Combs, Diddy, is in some trouble.
It appears so. I mean, the question is, since they're issuing some disclaimers about him being the target, is he really the target? I mean, it sure seems so. I mean, logic would tell you they're going to his house, going to both houses. They're focusing on his two sons. They have them in zip ties during the course of the search warrant.
Okay, this was him walking. Allegedly, this was the airport in Miami. TMZ had covered this.
They may have searched his airplane at Opelika and detained some people at Opelika Airport, which I worked down in Miami. That's an airport of some notoriety.
There's the sons. Now, there was an old Caucasian man sitting on the floor, this woman, and the two sons from what I saw.
Small airport. Used to be a smuggler's airport. So, there's a lot to work with.
Oh, and
here.
this other man right here, whoever that is.
And I guess it all rolls back around to it's a pretty significant investigation if you've got HSI going to all this trouble out of the Southern District of New York, which is a serious district.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Assistant Director Chris Wecker. Chris, great to have you on the show as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Trace.
All right, so there's that. I don't really want to hold on.
And for more on this investigation, let's
Z shit because they be tripping sometimes. But hold on, let me switch this over to. So the short that I had uploaded yesterday, I couldn't fit all of it in there in the initial one. There was two different videos that I spliced together, whatever. But we're gonna watch this one in its totality because this is the one that I kind of had to cut off. And she's gonna talk about Justin Combs being involved in the paperwork, or in the indictment.
Homeland Security,
not the indictment, the paper,
has placed Sean Puffy Combs' sons, Christian and Justin, in handcuffs. Now, that's procedural. When you're executing a raid, you generally handcuff all the adults. However, the Homeland Security focuses on trafficking offenses. So that's likely the focus here. Also, most recent lawsuit filed by Rodney Jones accuses Justin Combs of being one of the people that also participated in the trafficking and even lists Justin as a defendant. I anticipate that the feds are going to try and turn Puffy's sons against him. They're likely going to charge one or perhaps both of them with crimes just to get them to sing like canaries to speak against their father. So you'll have to stay tuned. But at this time, no one has been charged. It's simply a raid that's been conducted by Homeland Security. Homeland Security has placed Sean Puffy.
But we know if the feds come, they ain't coming just for no reason. You know what I mean? So, again, I do want to cover this. I do want to take time. If you know me, I'm never really the first one out with a story unless a couple of times where there was an alleged school shooting or something like that, I spoke or whatever, but or just covered the live coverage of what they were claiming was going on at that moment. But a lot of the times I'm one of the last people to speak out because I'm waiting for the information to roll out. A lot of people, not all, right? If you check out Doe Eye's channel, I'm gonna try to grab her link too. Or you could put your link in Doe Eyes if you want to. Okay, nope, I found it. Let me put that in here. This is Doe Eye's link to her channel. Check her out, y'all. I'm gonna drop Maxine's as well. Gotta go all the way to the bottom, I think. Yep. Oh, I think this is the other one. Well, this is one of her channels. I gotta find the other one or whatever. I got it on here. I just can't remember. I think it would be in the M's. M. There it goes. All right. So this is Maximum, just because I support Max and Max supports me and stuff like that. I've been able to follow along with a lot of this stuff. So make sure you check that out. But Doe Eyes did a video earlier on it and stuff like that. And I like Doe Eyes' content because she doesn't jump out the window. She doesn't need to be the first or just say things, to try to get views and clicks and stuff like that. So check her channel out if you like her, then subscribe to her and things like that. And Max, she always has a good live stream. She be talking her little shit, but I like that sometimes, right? Because I talk my shit over here too, But I was seeing a lot of people yesterday just coming out and just saying stuff like the sons is arrested and this, that, and the fifth. And I was just kind of like, I'm just gonna wait and do my due diligence and see what comes out of this situation. Now, because it is a federal situation, they just did federal raids. Um, you know, a lot of the information can be hush hush, but I still want to, kind of do my due diligence and see what's going on with this case and where we're at with it now and things like that. I definitely feel like Jay-Z is involved in it. Obviously, just like on YouTube, right? You got Asad Netta. He's a gatekeeper, right? So just like with that, P. Diddy is, a wider scale gatekeeper. Jay-Z, same thing, right? So do I believe that Jay-Z is the only target? No. But I do believe that Jay-Z is not the type, like Reggie Wright had said, he would probably unalive himself, right? Before it comes to him, having to go to prison and things like that. A lot of these people that are on the higher up can't deal with, that fall from alleged grace or whatever, or being a normal person, or even the public scrutiny of what they have done in their past coming out. And I do believe that if he does not unalive himself, that he would, he's going to turn into Nino Brown. He's going to tell on everybody. Okay, period. That's just my opinion, not stating that it's facts, but we going to have to see. I also think it's crazy because I could have sworn Ghislaine Maxwell, or whatever her name is, she going to court. So did she throw Diddy under the bus too? Then you got T.D. Jakes. Allegedly, he was arrested by the feds in January or something like that. So there's something going on there, right? So I'm thinking in my head that we gonna have to start looking into some of these things, and shout out to the other content creators that are, doing their due diligence, not just, coming live like, oh, Diddy got raided. So everybody just turns on their live streams and just starts, throwing shit out there, whatever. And most of it is fake. Anyway, I was trying to be very cautious about what I put on my page in any situation, including this one, right? Because at the end of the day, my channel is not monetized on purpose, okay? I have 3 channels that I could monetize, but I don't want to, because at the end of the day, you got to change what music you might play in your live stream, or what, you could still get copyright claims or whatever, or violations or whatever, being non-monetized, but you go through that less being non-monetized. And y'all know that almost everything that I show over here, I've edited first. So I kind of know what time frame I could use from certain things, and et cetera, et cetera. So I think that, this situation is definitely one that we're not going to have the answer to right away. However, it looks like, actually, I ain't watched this yet. Looks like Max had talked about, okay, let me look at this. This is from Max's channel. I didn't know that she was talking about Diddy. And then I looked over from running my mouth and I seen that she had a couple of little videos up. So let's see what she got over here, what's going on. Again, there's her link right here. Y'all make sure you check her out. Y'all gonna love Max because she speaks from the throat. Okay, she don't play. She ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. She don't hold back nothing. But let's see what's going on, because I did hear about this Bella Sloan lady and stuff like that, which was interesting. But let's take a look at it.
Tell me you'll never wanna lose me. 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 Tell me you'll never.
A complete and utter takedown of P. Diddy and his 3 right-hand men. Okay, 3. So there's going to be a takedown that comes in with that, and he's going to try to step away. They're not done. And here's another thing I'm being shown. His mouth is being sewn up. So when I see his face, the image I get is the mouth is being sewn up. So he is going to be unable to speak for some reason. I can't talk.
I'm thinking maybe the reason why he wouldn't be able to speak is because possibly his attorney would, tell him, don't be out here just making posts and, going live about the shit. Sit your ass down, nigga.
Cannot speak for myself anymore. This to me sounds like a losing of faculties, a losing of thought, a losing of thinking. I cannot speak, but it's sewed up around his mouth. That's actually how I'm seeing it. They're going to stitch his mouth shut. When I ask her why his mouth is being sewn up, it's because of his mentors, and they don't want it coming out over here, even though some of them are outing themselves. These are old guys.
Oh, this was last year. See, shout out to the real, people with premonitions and, psychics, mediums and stuff like that. Cause y'all remember Sylvia Brown? Y'all, when I was born, really quick before we get into the rest of this video, when I was born, when I got out of surgery, right? I just started looking up all type of, weird things, right? Like, Sylvia Brown, whatever happened to her, right? And I guess she had kind of like got her son to be a psychic or whatever. But y'all remember she was on Montel Williams and all type of other shows. And that woman failed miserably. I saw like a highlight reel of her on talk shows and, claiming that she's speaking to people on the other side. And what was that girl? Oh my God. I want to say like her last name was Bell or something. Anyway, she was kept in a house for like 10 years. I watched a movie on it and I shared it on YouTube too. Damn, I forgot her name. But anyway, she had gotten that woman mixed up, her daughter's death mixed up, and basically lied and said, that she was already dead and all this and that. And then there was another woman that was like, I haven't seen my husband or my boyfriend in forever. He's gone and all this. And the woman, Sylvia Brown, was like, oh, he's in a body of water. And the woman was like, he literally was at, in the 9/11 incident, he was a firefighter. So it just was sad to watch her, Sylvia Brown, like just lie to these people about their loved ones. That was really, really sad. So as that came up, I wanted to just weigh in on that. What's good, Nazari? Shout out to Nazari.
Guys connected to old time, old style Motown. And she's showing me that he's being shut up from outing them or from speaking about them for some reason. So there's a hierarchy going on here, and there's a total takedown of him. He is being sacrificed. So he may think he gets away with stuff. He may think it's cool he does what he does, but now he's the sacrificial lamb. And I do mean that. There's something that comes up with him in March, speaking of the lamb, during the Easter time frame. March, April, right in that.
Oh, and it literally was a week before Easter.
Time frame. That's why I said lamb. There's something else that's going to come up with him. We are not done.
So there's that.
I keep talking to my wrist like you gorgeous. You gorgeous.
Shout out to Max. There's another video of it. I'm not gonna play it because I want y'all to check out her link and stuff like that. But also Doe Eyes said, I spoke very little on it. It's not enough details yet to go full throttle. That's a fact. But I like that when I clicked on it and I watched it. And also thank you, Doe Eyes, you know what I'm talking about. But when I clicked on it and watched it, I'm glad that I didn't see you like in there, just saying stuff, you know what I mean? That we haven't found yet, we don't have facts on. I appreciate those that can come out here and just whatever they find, put it out. But there was a lot of people making statements and that they were going to do this and they were going to do that. And their research team is going to do this. And some of the stuff that they were saying that they were going to get a hold of the information, they would have had to wait for it to be released. And it's not going to be their team that is going to end up getting the information. It would have just came out and they were one of the first people to see it. Okay. But I'm definitely paying attention to this. This is what I've been searching mostly on YouTube lately. Again, these allegations, with a lot of this stuff that some of the bodyguards said or people that were close to him is nothing new. I think it's just now that we're seeing some footwork from, the federales, right? And things like that, it's going to come out because I heard that Cuba Gooding Jr. is, excuse me, is involved in all of this as well. Somebody had said above, okay, Jay-Z, Diddy, Will Smith, etc. I think it's crazy that, first of all, Reggie stating that, shout out to Reggie, but I just want to say that he was kind of hinted in a way to get rid of whatever he could get rid of. Now, if Diddy, was really, like TMZ said, at Miami airport, right? But his plane allegedly went to all these other places. Were the tapes on that plane? Is that why he went on? He was just seeing the plane off, or what? Because what is really going on? That could be scary if he moved the tapes or any evidence to another location, but I think that this is crazy. I don't know. I guess we gonna see what's going on that note. But I've been seeing also some shit that Sonnet have been saying and doing, and I'm just not moved by it. Like nothing's gonna mess with me, healing from this surgery and shit like that. I will come out and flame his ass up as well, because also he had made some statements that I didn't get around to even talking about last time I was live, which was about 2 weeks ago. For real, I didn't mean for it to be the 2 weeks, but that caused me to go back to one of my other channels, Queen's Throne Live. And remember, I told you guys that there's certain videos that are down for a specific reason. One of those reasons being is because that's when I thought Sonetta was cool. So the shout outs to Sonetta and shit, I try to get rid of them, right? But Sonetta had claimed that I was all around his page trying to get his attention, and in reality, that's not what happened. So I went through all of those videos, and during that time, I was doing super dumbass lives, right? So I had found what I needed to find, watched what I needed to watch, and that will be a video that I will be putting together, or I might just come up here with it like live like that. You know what I'm saying? But he just been capping or whatever. At the end of the day, just like all these other industry niggas, when they go down, shook and jive and act like nothing's wrong and they're not bothered, Sonnet is just playing that same type of behavior, in my opinion, So, but right now, this situation is important to me. Also, if you oh no, those videos are down too, because I got struck for conspiracy theories a while ago. Y'all remember what is his name? Isaac not Isaac Kaepernick. I don't know. There was this dude that came out like he was exposing the elite. He's a white guy with like curly hair. I forgot his name. Anyway, I documented that whole thing about his death in the bridge and all that and stuff like that. That videos, I still have it, but I took it down because what are they gonna try to say that I'm conspiracy theory? Like it's a real thing that people do. If you have the money, you can fake your death. You know what I mean? But whatever. So there's just some things that I'll be looking at. Yeah. When I found out that Cuba was involved, and I guess Cuba also has sexual allegations against him, because when you start researching into like a certain topic, anything else, like everything else comes along with it, so it starts being in your recommends and stuff. So I just been binge watching a lot of stuff. No, we definitely don't freestyle. That's a fact. But like I said, I was really taken away by Cynthia Brown, child. Y'all don't pay me no attention today. But and just, imagine like you come to somebody because they're telling you that they're psychic or they're a medium. They see, they have premonitions and things like that. And then the information that you're being told about your loved one's passing or where your loved one is, Like, imagine being that mother that, I forgot the damn girl's name, but anyway, she was abducted and kept in the house for like 10 years. There was also 3 other women in the house with her. If y'all remember, Mike Epps made like a little parody of the black man that found the girl or whatever. Because I guess it was a black man, he was walking past and he heard the screams of one of the women in the house, because the man that had stole the 3 girls, that, well, one was an adult, she was 21. That was the first woman that he took. Why is this case not coming to my head? And then a couple of years ago, a couple of years later, he stole another, he stole the actual teenager. The first adult, Castro, yes. The first woman, she was 21, but she had the body of a teenager. And I think that's why he thought, she was petite. That's what I should say. And then after that, after he had already had the 2 females, then he stole another one. Amanda Berry. That's her name. Amanda Berry. And Sylvia literally told Amanda Berry's mother that she was in a body of water and she was dead. And then she got another situation messed up where it was a little girl. She was missing. Sylvia told her that the girl is still alive, and in fact, that little girl was murdered right after she was kidnapped. Okay, and it just was like all these little clips of her like being busted out for not telling the truth. Of course, now Sylvia Brown is deceased, but she also, I guess, trained her son or whatever, basically, and now he's out here kind of doing the same thing from what I was kind of gathering or whatever. But then I lost like interest in it and I kind of just moved on to something else. But it's a lot going on out here, just period, right now. So I don't know. Basically, I guess I gotta go back and oh, I did want to share these too. Let me see. Only on share this with y'all. So I got 2 short clips, right? They from the news, of course, right? So we all know. But imagine this. Imagine that you go to the chiropractor, right? And some dude just walks in and starts trying to sexually violate you, right? And this chiropractic office or chiropractor office is very, it's busy. It's during the day. There's people. This man that did this could have just been like some of the staff for the facility could have walked in on him and caught him. But look at this situation, y'all, because they actually did end up, I guess, catching him. But look at this situation.
Only on Fox 11 tonight, a woman is recovering after an alleged sexual assault at a Long Beach chiropractic clinic.
People who work there say a man off the street came in and terrorized that woman. Fox 11's Gina Silva is live with those harrowing details tonight. Gina?
So I apologize if it is low. This is another reason why I definitely edit news clips. I turn the volume up because they never have their volume right. But listen.
Marla, Alex, it happened in the middle of the day and the office was packed with patients. A truly traumatizing experience for one lady.
My patients are like my family, and to know that she was hurt like that under my watch, I'm not okay with this.
Corey Clements, owner of Clements Chiropractic in Long Beach, is still in shock after this man walked into his office on Monday afternoon asking for a massage. But once inside the building, he allegedly sexually assaulted a woman.
And so he came around while a patient was laying face down here. She was relaxed. She had electrodes on her lower back. The perpetrator came over and put his hands on her to massage her. So he starts massaging her. The patient goes, "Dr. Clements, is that you?" And he doesn't say anything. And she goes, "Who is it?" She goes, "I'm just giving you a massage." And then he pushes her down. He gets on top of her right after he pulls his pants down. And then he gets on top of her and he starts to lay on her, and she can feel his penis and balls rubbing against her bottom.
Now, I didn't mean to have a little chuckle right there, because I just was when he said he started to lay on her and she could feel his penis and balls rubbing on her. I didn't expect that, okay? But this dude that did this is a freaking creep. Like, oh my God. But let's listen back.
Paralyzed with fear, the patient stayed quiet for a few seconds, then let out a loud scream. While the videos have no sound, you can't see the staff reacting.
And the blood-curdling scream I heard made my hair on my arm stand up. And I rushed out of the room that I was treating in to where that screams were coming from.
Everyone in the office ran to the woman to ask what was wrong.
I asked her, tell me what happened. She goes, a man was trying to rape me.
The man ran out of the building, but he didn't get far.
And then look how he just looked when he walked out the building. Like, dude ain't there all the way.
Far.
We chased him down the street on Anaheim, going westbound. And then he knows we're catching up to him. So he veers into traffic. So now we're running up into traffic. Oncoming traffic is coming between us. I'm dodging cars. We finally caught him. And my patient grabbed him first. I grabbed his other arm and we hauled him back to the office.
They immediately called Long Beach police. Officers spoke with the victim, handcuffed the suspect, and took him into custody.
I've never heard of somebody in the middle of the day in a busy office coming in and trying to rape somebody.
Clemens blames city officials for not doing enough to keep residents safe.
I'm pleading to city officials and our government officials to wake up and see what's going on. That in a chiropractic office, somebody shouldn't be getting raped.
We contacted the Long Beach Police Department for comment on this case, but so far they have not gotten back to us. Meanwhile, Clemens says that he feels so awful for his patient. He plans to pay for all the therapy that she will need to deal with this horrific experience. Marla, Alex, I'll send it.
You know what? Facts. Because that doctor and the people that worked at that office didn't have to run down and chase that man. And then the fact that the doctor's office, that doctor is going to be paying for her therapy. I think that that's good because the tragic event happened, in his office. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at this video as well. So, before I bring it up, families protest in Montebello schools handling of sexual assault investigation. Now, again, I should have said trigger warning on the first one, but this one definitely trigger warning. Because imagine that your children are going to school and they're being sexually harassed at school, but in a different, not just like, ooh, you got titties, you know what I mean? Not trying to minimize that type of sexual abuse, actual attempted sexual abuse and actual sexual abuse. Take a look at this clip, y'all.
Spoke with those parents and
what's good handling. Again, the audio is low, so I'm gonna mute my mic. Again, this is why I edit, the videos and stuff and fix the audio.
Young students who say they are victims of abuse. We have to warn you, the details are disturbing.
That our children's voice matters, that they will be heard.
Mothers wearing masks to protect their identities tell Fox 11 News their children have been bullied and sexually harassed. That's why they're protesting outside of the Montebello Unified School District offices.
She was kicked in the vagina by a fellow classmate. Her chest was groped by this fellow student.
She touched my chest and tried to touch me again when I told her stop, and I had to self-defend myself.
This 10-year-old girl says the bully then told her something she'll never forget.
He told me to kill myself, a mistake, a monster, and bad words.
My daughter is in therapy now. This is not something that you just make up. This is despicable.
When this mother tried to have the district punish the girl allegedly attacking her child, she says school officials told her no one witnessed the attack, so it would be hard to prove.
The community needs to know what's going on in the Montebello Unified School District schools.
This parent says when she heard about the alleged sexual harassment of a young girl, she immediately contacted the mother because something similar happened to her 10-year-old son at a different elementary school within the Montebello Unified School District. We spoke with a little boy who described an incident with a classmate in the boys' restroom.
He was threatening me to pull my pants down or he hit me.
Then he proceeded to putting his private area on my son's behind. Then he proceeded to putting his private area in my son's mouth.
Both mothers filed complaints and police reports, but so far they say the alleged abusers are still at the schools. We received a statement from the Montebello Unified School District regarding parent number 1. Part of it states, Montebello Unified School District has no greater priority than the safety and well-being of our students and is committed to taking all necessary actions to ensure that our students are educated in a safe environment. The MUSD Police Services Department initiated an investigation, and the investigation has concluded. MUSD deems the complaints now closed as the matters alleged were thoroughly and properly investigated, and same has been communicated in writing to the subject parent.
The victims need justice, and our children deserve to be safe in school.
The parents say they will continue to protest until they get justice for their children. Reporting from Montebello, I'm Gina Silva. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
I mean, imagine your child goes to school and like the little girl went through, right? The stuff that perpetrator, that young predator told her, you should off yourself, and all this and that, all them insults is disgusting. But there actually is child predators, right? Just like the incident involving the little boy when he was in the bathroom and the other kid told him to pull his pants down and he put his penis on his bottom area and then, with the oral part or whatever. That is disgusting that this school district would just try to sum it up in those little words like that. Clearly, the families do not feel like they got any justice served in that manner. So it's just wild. Like the things that people say and do, like it's just disgusting. Here's another one that I just want to clear off some of these because like when you make shorter videos, sometimes it just doesn't, So this one, a mother left her toddler alone for 10 days while on vacation, gets life in prison for murder. Now, I've been looking into this case as well. Let's take a look at
Raw
it.
emotion today inside of a Cuyahoga County courtroom. The mother who pled guilty to aggravated murder after leaving her toddler home alone was handed her fate. News 5 anchor Tracy Carlos with the disturbing details. And we do want to warn you here that some of this may not be suitable for young children.
For 10 days last June, Crystal Candelario admitted to leaving her 16-month-old daughter, Jaylene, home alone in a pack and play.
She was a mother. She got a title that means something in this world. Animals take care of their infants better.
Prosecutor.
Now, imagine a toddler left in a pack and play. So them little playpens and shit, that's like kind of being in a cage to a toddler. You know what I mean? It's understandable if you got to put your baby in there to play or whatever, but to leave for 10 days on vacation?
Say Candelario frolicked on the beaches of Puerto Rico with one man and visited another in Michigan while her daughter died a horrific death at home alone. Police say the 32-year-old mother left the baby with a bottle or two on June 6th. Neighbors' cameras captured her coming home 10 days later. Jaylene was dead. Dr. Elizabeth Mooney is the forensic pathologist who performed the autopsy. She told the judge the baby died from starvation, dehydration, and abandonment. She described the suffering the baby endured lasting days, possibly even a week.
Feeling of abandonment for days on end, coupled with the pain of starvation and
The baby was crying so loud you could hear it crying on the front porch.
extreme thirst is a type of suffering I don't think any of us could ever fully fathom.
Prosecutors say when Candelaria got home, she changed the baby's clothes that were covered in urine and feces before calling for help. While video captured Candelario leaving and coming back, the cameras also captured the baby crying alone in the middle of the night.
Oh my God.
Cleveland police officers who
That cry was very faint, obviously, because it was on the porch, but I heard it. I kind of spoke over it. I'm sorry. Y'all.
investigated the baby's murder packed the courtroom, they say, to speak for the little girl. The
Hey, Jeanette.
case shook even the most seasoned first responders.
Mothers usually want their children to have a long, happy life, but Candelaria placed more importance on a vacation in Puerto Rico with her boyfriend than the health, safety, and well-being of her own daughter.
Candelaria's parents spoke through an interpreter in court, begging the judge to show compassion for their daughter, who they say has struggled with depression, anxiety, and stress.
My daughter did not have a good quality.
Like, why didn't the grandparents watch the child then? If you knew that she was suffering with depression and all this and that, did she not tell her parents that she was going on vacation? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy when these family members come and speak up, but it seems like they were missing all type of cues that if they would have clicked into, they could have saved this baby's life. They could have possibly prevented it. If you knew that she was depressed and unstable, then maybe you should have got custody of the child.
Quality of life.
The 32-year-old mother addressed the court.
That's that right there, Maxine, because if you could hear the cries, like, it's not normal to hear a baby cry in the middle of the night with no stopping, no nothing. It's just continuous crying. Why they didn't call the police too? Like, that's sick.
And not a day goes by.
But we in America, you know, a lot of people just period have a like, I'm a mind my business type of thing. But it could be, you know, like this situation could have been prevented if they would have went in there, saw the child was in there alone. That was a great point right there, Maxine.
Le pido a Dios que algún día pueda volverla a ver.
I pray to God that one day I will see her again.
The Candelaria will not see freedom or her 7-year-old daughter anytime soon.
Instead, I see photos of you on a beach while your child was eating her own feces in an attempt to survive.
The judge sentenced her to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In Cleveland, Tracy Carlos, News 5.
I just could not imagine. Like, I'm sorry. That is so sad. That is so sad. And again, you know, we're always seeing parents and stuff that come forward after the fact, after it's too late, or family members and all that. And, you know, they'll come forward and speak on the, you know, murderer's behalf. Let's call it what it is, because she may have not, you know, with her hands took her child's life, right? Like, caused the abuse, but leaving her, neglecting her 10 days, bro, even a day, even an hour, even 20 minutes for a toddler. Like, oh my God, 5 minutes. Like, I'm just wondering where this family was at. Okay. Period. Now, I don't know where the other portion of this video is, because I covered this case, right? With Corey Bigsby, murder trial and stuff like that. A child was unalived, and we're gonna look at this. I gotta locate the original
Story
video,
of the day.
so you may see me do, you know, an update for the case. Also, oh my God! So if you guys remember, let me talk about that after this.
Story of the day. This is the first day of the trial for Corey Bigsby. It's happening right now in Hampton. He's the father accused of murdering his young son, Cody, and allegedly concealing the little boy's body. Court officials are in the middle of picking jurors right now. Angelique Arentalk brings us up to speed.
More than 2 years after reporting his then 4-year-old child missing to Hampton police, Corey Bigsby stands trial in connection to Cody's murder. On February 3rd, 2022, Hampton police detectives arrested Corey Bigsby on charges of child neglect unrelated to Cody's disappearance. That led Bigsby to stay behind bars for months.
Hey, Texas. Hey, Tomas.
Judge denied him bond several times. In June 2023, a grand jury handed down 2 counts against Bigsby, one for murder and one for concealing a body. After those indictments, a judge granted Bigsby an $80,000 bond. This November, several correctional officers testified. Bigsby made multiple possible confessions while
Yes, there was a man really quick, there was a man that left his child in the car in Florida. This had to be like 2009 or something, because I remember watching it on Court TV. He was drunk the night before. He was getting drunk, and his girl woke him up in the morning to bring her to work. So he got in the car, he brought her to work. She had buckled in the baby in the car seat, or he did, or whatever. When he got back home from dropping her off, he had forgot that the baby was in the back of the car. I can't remember if the car was running for a while or whatever. Or whatever. I believe the car was running for a while, and then all of a sudden, like, the car cut off. The AC was running for a while. When the car cut off, it cut off. He didn't wake up till hours later, where he had left the child in the car. The kid's flesh was literally just coming off of the child's body.
In jail. Although inconsistent and contradictory, all versions ended with Cody's death or killing. Bigsby's attorney says jail staff tormented her client and coerced the admission. But a judge is letting prosecutors use the statements in trial. Jury selection is underway, which could pose difficulties given this is a high-profile case. Norfolk-based attorney Nikki Bailey says court officials need jurors who haven't already formulated their own decisions about the defendant's guilt or innocence.
So you want to be sure that a jury can set aside any preconceived notions or set aside any personal biases and listen to the evidence as presented on the day of trial.
Keep in mind, prosecutors are trying this murder case without a key piece of evidence. Despite authorities and volunteer searching, Cody's body hasn't been found to this day. In Hampton, Angelique Arontalk, 13 News Now.
So with that, some of you guys, I don't know how anybody forgets about their child or just unalives their own child. Like, just don't have children if you're not going to be, a good parent or whatever. What they're going to end up doing eventually is making it so, just like when you have your driver's license, you got to, apply for your driver's license. You got to take the test. You have to take some type of test to prove that you're capable of being a parent. Like, and, I've thrown that out there before. Now, the next case that, we're going to talk about is a case that I've been covering. I started covering it on True Crime TV, which is really my true crime channel, right? But kind of all of my channels are kind of true crime or whatever. But there's a case of Cairo Jordan. So Cairo Jordan was 5 years old. His mother and another woman, were around each other at the time or whatever. Cairo was 5. The other woman told the mother that her son was possessed. A short period of time later, Cairo's 5-year-old body was found inside of a Las Vegas suitcase, right? The mother has been gone for like 2 years. The woman that told her that her son was possessed, I think she got like 25 years. I do want to update this case, but I was saying that I doubted that the mother was still alive, and I was wrong. But I didn't put that in as like actual fact, right? Because we didn't know. But the FBI was looking for it for 2 years, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, they can find anybody. You know what I mean? Like, so the mother was found and will be, having to do this case involving her son. A man was walking through a wooded area, I believe it was in Indiana, and found the suitcase and opened it, and it was the little 5-year-old baby's body in there and stuff like that. So let's look at where the mother was finally arrested, right? And things like that. Again, I may do a video on these 2 last cases, definitely, and some of the other ones that we even looked at too, as more information comes out.
Indiana State Police says arresting Dejon Anderson is something they've been looking
Yeah, that's a fact, real mama. Yep.
forward to and anticipating. And on Thursday, she was located in Arcadia, California. The nationwide manhunt for Dejon Anderson, who was wanted in connection to her son, Cairo Jordan's 2022 murder, is over. Indiana State Police announced Friday that nearly 2 years after a mushroom hunter found Jordan's lifeless body in a suitcase in the woods of southern Indiana, U.S. Marshals arrested Anderson in California. ISP says a concerned citizen tipped off the lead detective on her whereabouts.
She is currently being held at a Los Angeles Police Department detention center in Van Nuys, California.
ISP Sergeant Carrie Hull says investigators are headed to the West Coast to talk to Anderson and possibly bring her back to Indiana. And after the other suspect in this case, Dawn Coleman, was sentenced to 25 years in prison in November, authorities believe everyone involved in the 5-year-old's murder is in custody.
It's a somber moment when you think back to the whole story, the whole case. I was in that area of the crime scene just last week, and it just brings back a lot of memories.
And Sergeant Hull says the big break also means a lot to the Washington County community, who came together amid tragedy to honor Jordan's young life.
Provided him with a funeral, with a headstone. There's still flowers to this day that are placed at his gravesite, and people praying for him and his family.
The apprehension of the prime suspect brings investigators one step closer to get.
Now, really quick, I want to go back to the picture. So this Dawn Coleman is the lady that told this woman that her son was possessed. She looks possessed to me, okay, period. But I believe she got 25 years. Again, I'm going to include all that in the
step
final
closer
update and all that.
to getting the 5-year-old the justice he deserves.
Now, you know that they going to have the mother, they probably going to have Dawn Coleman in the court testifying against the mother.
In southern Indiana, Alexis Matthews.
All right. So, yeah, and like I said, like Tomas said, adoption. I definitely forgot about that one. Adoption is a great way to, if you just feel like you can't, like, bro, like instead of failing these children, get them in the hands of somebody that's actually gonna give them what they need so that they can progress in life, you know? But like I said, we'll definitely be talking about the Corey Bigsby situation. See, what I used to do is a lot of the time, this is where I think the Cody Bigsby thing is. I don't think we necessarily did an isolated live stream on Corey Bigsby. I think what happened was, because what I used to do is I would gather up a whole bunch of news clips. Shout out to the 7 Steel story. I would grab a whole bunch of incidents that were in mainstream media as far as children, and just group them together and, you know, talk about the cases. That's where I may remember the case from. So I still got some hunting to do on that. But you know, or we could just pick it up from here. But I know that we talked about it because I remember that little boy's face. And even Cairo Jordan, like I was looking like I do a lot of the times when a story comes out, like all these stories bother me. You feel what I'm saying? And in reality, I enjoy covering real life stories rather than just only looking at the Hollywood kids. Yes, it's fucked up what goes on, but also I feel like we get more information because we can also see the arrest being made, the information coming out as far as the courts, and even a lot of the times trials or some type of documentation as far as that. And a lot of the times these type of stories that I cover are not the ones that are on mainstream media. You know, I do believe mainstream media has a thing where they kind of look at the child like, is the child phonogenic or not? You know, and they'll post the picture up regardless, right? But some stories like Malia Davis was everywhere, and it's because she was adorable. You know what I mean? But all these kids are adorable, and what happened to them is unfortunate. And the more that we just overlook it and we only, those in the true crime sectors, right? The more that we overlook the stories that are happening right in our own communities, I feel like that's, you know, doing a disservice to our communities. What's good? Truth. Shit, Chef Cali, my bad. I'm getting tired, y'all. These little meds is kicking in a little bit or whatever. I got something from surgery for so I guess like after surgery for a little while until like my esophagus gets used to everything or whatever, it goes through spasms sometimes, right? Like it will like literally spasm in my body and you can feel it, it hurts. So they gave me these pills that dissolve under your mouth. Like you put it under your tongue, it dissolves and stuff and it stops the spasms, but it makes you a little sleepy. So I don't know about that, but I'm gonna go talk to him tomorrow. Like, is it a little something else, Joe? Because I don't want to be just sleepy every time I gotta take one. And it lasts for like 3-4 hours. But though those little spasm things have been happening less, it's gonna like, because your body has to get used to it. Because what I didn't know is like when you move one organ, all the other organs have to kind of like they have like this response or whatever type of thing. That's what he was saying. The doctor or whatever, they kind of have a response, and you can actually, if they don't do it right, go through organ failure or whatever. But I didn't have that. It just seems that like sometimes my esophagus, because what they did was they took a portion of my stomach and like secured it to my esophagus so that it couldn't slip up. And I think my esophagus is like, get this shit off me. You know what I mean? Like that's what I, kind of described it or whatever to my doctor because after a week they call you and, you talk to them and you ask them any questions. If they need to write a new script or whatever, they'll do that. But then also, like I said, tomorrow I gotta go do that tomorrow. But that's normal. That your esophagus kind of does that after having the surgery. It hurts, but it only hurts for a little bit. And the crazy thing is, if you don't know any better, you would think that you're kind of like having a heart attack because the pains kind of shoot through your arm and it shoots through your like chest or whatever. And then it only lasts like a couple of seconds. But when I take those pills, it stops it from happening, period. So as soon as I feel it coming, then I'll just pop one. And then like 10 minutes later, it makes you feel kind of tired. So, but that will end. It only lasts a couple of weeks or whatever, again, for all your vital organs to kind of like understand what's going on, especially the esophagus. But so we've had a pretty relaxed live stream today. Let me see if there's anything else I want to get off of here. Yeah, probably not. There are some Polk County, Sheriff Grady Judd came and he did some of his, they did some investigations, and shout out to Snap Turtle, Freedom March for letting me know about a recent one that came out right before my surgery. But again, I was kind of anxious, about the surgery. I wasn't scared. I was anxious. Yes. I will definitely take it slow. Yes, definitely. So tomorrow, they're gonna go when I go tomorrow, he's gonna look at my incisions. Um, he said they may possibly do a ultrasound or some other test to just make sure that everything's going good in there or whatever so that they can see. But if you hadn't seen, and if you don't want to see, don't look. But this was fresh out the hospital 2 weeks ago. There's definitely some bloating. There's hella gas in my stomach right there. But I have 7 incisions. You can't see the other ones because they're kind of on the side. But it looks like kind of like a little trail with some of the incisions missing maybe or whatever. But I'm doing very, very good. Compared to, because, like I like to research. So I went and watched damn near every video of somebody on YouTube that had the same surgery or maybe just a little bit different as far as the funtiplications. Like the Nissen funtiplication is where they wrap your stomach around the bottom of your or somewhere. They wrap it around your esophagus, and then they stitch it. But then there's another one that I had done, which is the Nissen toupee funtiplication, where they wrap it half. And that's the one that I did. And I'm glad that I got that one, because if you have the full wrap, you can no longer throw up or burp. So imagine having like food poisoning or the flu and you physically cannot throw up. That would be a problem for me, I imagine. But my doctor said that I'm not a candidate for the full wrap or whatever, which I was glad because I don't want that anyway. And then I also heard that when you get the full wrap, you have to eat like every hour and a half so that you don't get scarred tissue or something. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine having to wake up in the middle of the night and eat. Like, I don't know. But I'm definitely back. I just wanted to really do this first live as far as coming back to just see how it kind of felt to just, sit in my computer chair and, kind of go in before I really just got to editing and stuff like that. And we've been here for 2 hours and 9 minutes. I've gotten up, walked around a little bit and stuff like that. So I think I'm pretty good. Tomorrow, I'm going to see if I can get clearance for a longer time to sit down because y'all know when I edit, I know it'd be a little portion, maybe a 55-minute video, but it definitely don't take 55 minutes, okay? So, some of my videos that I've edited, that ended up being about a 2-hour video have took me about 9 hours or 12 or something like that. I know when it came to the trial, it took me almost, about 12 hours, 24 hours, something like that. So I'm definitely feeling better. Definitely trying to adhere to my little diet that they put me on, child, which I'm on phase 3 now, so I can start eating some type of actual food and not just liquid. But there's always an option to go back to the liquid diet and stuff, which is good. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up right here. I do want to tomorrow I gotta go see my best friend. When you have a surgery or something like that, just regardless, I want to go see my best friend. But another one of the reasons why I got this surgery done is because I do music. I'm not trying to be Nicki Minaj or nothing like that. I'm not trying to get you to go out listen to my music or nothing, child, but listen me out. So I noticed that there was something wrong um on like the last album that I did because like I had to like punch my bars different, right? So, you know, usually you could get through a whole verse before you had to stop it, but I had to just kept feeling like I was running out of breath and all that. So we did, I started recording a new album after that, sometime after that. But I really didn't like how like my performance was on there because I didn't know that when you have a hiatal hernia, it pushes on your diaphragm and your esophagus. So you need your diaphragm to, hold that, hold that stamina, right? When you're, doing music or whatever. So, um, even though I have my own studio set up here as far as music and stuff, my best friend's husband, um, does music as well. And, my king went over there about a week ago and recorded something and brought our nephew over there with his nephew over there and he recorded some stuff as well. So my best friend been recording y'all for the last 2 years, and she was good when we did a song together. So I know that she gonna be even better now. So I haven't heard her new music, but she's been asking for me to come over there and stuff. And obviously, right out the hospital, you don't feel good and stuff. And I really just didn't want to be, not that I didn't want to be bothered with her, but just, the extra stuff, gotta get tired and then all that. So I'm gonna go over there tomorrow, hopefully, and see her. But then Thursday, I'm trying to, do some editing. I might even do some editing before I go over there. That's kind of where I'm at with it, y'all. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So, yes, I missed y'all though. I definitely missed y'all. And I meant to be more active like in my community tab and stuff, but the surgery couldn't have really happened at a better time because so it was the 13th I did the surgery and then the following week, a portion of the following week, so last week my kids had spring break and they have spring break all this week. So that kind of caused me to, spend more time with my children because they're actually home. And so we've been watching funny stuff and spending time together and stuff like that. And that's just been awesome and, good and things like that. And then, because my king started going back to work. So, you know, I'm not just home by myself just in case anything happens. And it's so cute because my son, you know, our bedroom is on the 3rd floor. So, when like I'm gonna take a shower, like if my husband is gone, then you know my son will like hear me moving upstairs and hear the water turn on. He's like, "You finna take a shower, mom?" And he'll literally come and sit on my bed, you know. And then there's a you know the shower area and all this and that with the bathroom and stuff. And I'll go in there and take a shower. And the reason why he does that is because when I was anemic, I used to like pass out in the heat and stuff when it was hot. So he thinks that that's gonna come back, especially with the surgery and then the pain meds and like, what if I can't get out? And his fear is that I'm like hit my head in the shower. But I think it's so cute because like, you know, that my child cares about me like that, you know. And my daughter, she be right there too and stuff like that. But he has been like, he's like my little personal nurse sometimes, you know. It's so sweet and so cute. Shout out to Unseen Soldier, man. Unseen, you is a beast. And you know you my brother and I love the hell out of you, okay? We may not be blood, but you a brother of mine, okay? Period. And I definitely just wanted to let you know also that I appreciate everything that you do. And keep making them videos because they good. They definitely good. Hold up. Let me go. Let me go find one of these videos, y'all. I'm gonna get a little messy right quick, okay? Hold on, I gotta go into the chat. I know I got him on here, but I be having a hold on, I gotta go into the chat. I know I got him. Fuck. Y'all, this shit was crazy. Let me find this damn video. Okay, let me find this video. Now I'm gonna show y'all this video because it's important, right? Cause you know, Judah was lying on me and shit. He wasn't only lying on me, he was lying on other people. And oops, that's not it. And it's just important to, you know, peep game on what's going on or whatever, right? So let me see. Okay. Judah been lying on me and several people, even unseen, right? But what he'll do is like when he's not fucking with Sonetta, when Sonetta is making videos about him and his wife and his kids and all that, whatever and the fuck is going on with them, then he'll start to shout out me, Sister Nandi, you know, this, that, and the fifth, right? But shout out to Unseen Soldier for capturing this, you know, this portion. Let's watch this video. It's 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Let me also share with you the link. Cause I've been ignoring Judah for a minute and I'm just like, ugh, like it's just trash. I just cannot. But let's take a look at this video.
We're about to take it back.
I love that.
You're rocking with the best.
It's time for a blast from the past on your GMO corn-fed ass.
This blast from the past is brought to you by the new MaxineDior TV channel coming soon.
For Unseen Soldier, y'all son, and whatever else dudes claiming to be Israelites, you hanging out with some fucking heathens. Okay? Remember you was like, remember Unseen? Oh man, I asked Queen Storm to unblock you. No. Most High said no. Don't deal with them. It's some deviance going on over there. I try to be like,
so deviance that's going on over here is us calling out sexual predators, and this nigga was caping for polite.
Like, yo, where's such and such? Go to these niggas' channel. That's where these niggas is at. Guess what, nigga? You got a one-way ticket, nigga, to goddamn Chomosville, nigga.
So the Most High told you, don't deal with Queen's Throne in them because there's some deviance going on over there. But the Most High didn't tell you, don't deal with Sonetta in them. It's deviance going on over there.
This nigga said that Nikki was like 12, 13. This nigga was like 19 and was like, I wanted to get to know her, blah, 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 right? So me and I watch.
Dog, that's a Kofi, man. That's a Kofi.
And Uncle Suge, and every other fucking nigga, goddamn Uncle Statutory, and all these goddamn chomos.
Yeah, and that's another person he be lying on is Uncle Suge, and you cannot put Kofi and Uncle Suge in those same motherfucking light, period.
Over there, right?
And then you would also have to add Sonetta as well, because it was a 4-year difference between him and Cynthia, correct?
Goddamn sexual deviance. That's why I told Unseen.
Damn,
Just why you can't get at the brother. The brother was some awesome, brother, Queen Stone's not your enemy. She might not be my enemy. I don't have no beef with her, but she's your Howard's enemy.
I can't tell you ain't got no beef with me. You always talking out your motherfucking mouth. But then got the nerve, y'all. But then got the nerve to come under my fucking video and act like everything's cool.
And every nigga over there is your Howard's enemy. Them niggas are the goddamn child molester goddamn network.
They're the child molester network, but Sonetta and them ain't. Because that's who you was doing. This is 4 months ago. He did this 4 months ago. Yeah, when he was bent over the couch for Sonetta. But they're the chomos, not Sonetta and them. The Most High warned you about them. The Most High didn't warn you about Sonetta and them, right, Judah? That's what you would have us believe? Okay, keep going.
Queen Stone got that nigga up on the panel and shit like that nigga didn't just say that. Then she got Uncle Statutory Rapist, Uncle Suge. That nigga over there acting like, send me this video. But nigga, I will go to South Netter's channel and air you niggas the fuck out myself. The only issue I had with South Netter was he's a blasphemer. And what did I say? As long as he's blaspheming and all that, I'm not going on his channel. And I kept.
Wait a minute. That was his only issue with Sonetta, but there's hella videos where he's sitting up here talking about Sonetta as a predator. So nigga, make your mind up.
My word. Just the same, but them fuck ass niggas. You niggas is supporting pedophilia and child molestation and all types of crazy ass shit. I ain't fucking with you niggas. Now, you fake ass niggas, you fake Israelite niggas that's over there supporting them, stay the fuck off my goddamn channel, nigga. You niggas is over there with goddamn woman beater JJ7000.
Okay, one, you didn't keep to your word, because you was, when the Israelites was pushing for nobody to go back on Sonetta's panel, you was the first one to break that and jump on his panel and talk about you was just trolling. And the only thing you had against Sonetta is the blaspheming, not the pedophilia that was going on over there.
Unseen soldier, you don't see him over here at all. You're not going to catch him over here. You know why? Compromised. What the niggas say? The niggas is like, yo, the nigga taking shots at you. Of course he is. Fucking Ray Charles can fucking see that shit.
And probably he took shots at you because you took shots at him. Nigga, this is a two-way street.
Why is he going to be down with the motherfucking pedophile network?
You talking about Unseen?
Goddamn fake.
You talking about Unseen?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember the last time he came on, he was like, Davion, see, now you a target.
See? Target for who?
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, who gonna do what to what? Anybody gonna do a goddamn thing to our nights. Not a goddamn thing except get aired the fuck out, and you whole ass niggas gonna get the flagging. And then we're gonna say yo sucker ass over there with the goddamn pedophile network, motherfucker.
One, Judah, you was compromised when you went over there with that pedo ring called the HOK. You was compromised. And Davion, that right there shows me how disingenuous you are. Because when I came over there and said you a target, me and you discussed that. And I told you Sonetta had his eyes on you. I've watched Sonetta do that plenty of times. And what you tell me, Davion, oh, he already tried it. He already tried it. I've watched Sonetta destroy platforms by going after the channel holder supporters. But now you're on here pretending like you didn't know what I was talking about when we sat there and discussed what I was talking about. So, Davion, you showing me you disingenuous right there, bro. Right there. And Judah talk about compromise. When you went over there and bent over Sonetta's couch, you was compromised. When you started playing them games, defending Brother Polite, trying to raise reasonable doubt with him, you was compromised, nigga. Sonetta has a track record. He done left plenty people up and down YouTube with wet assholes and regret. And Judah, you one of those people.
What's good? Unseen.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
You want me to play the rest? It's only like a minute left.
Go ahead.
Right.
I tried to warn you about this nigga, but you didn't want to listen. You wanted clout, fame, your ego, and look what happened. Look what happened. And here you are now. See, this was 4 months ago you did this video. But now here you are, the same people you was criticizing, Queen's Throne, Uncle Suge, you trying to shout them out now today in 2024. You trying to get their help now, right? But back then, for the love of Sonetta, you flipped on them. Uh-huh. Yeah, that was you. That was you. Queen's Throne wasn't your enemy. Just like Sister Nundy wasn't your enemy. But for Sonetta and Nepal, you flipped on them. And here you is lying, man.
All right. Shout out to Unseen. Hold on, let me stop this. What's good, Unseen?
Hey, how you doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. Definitely feeling better.
Yeah.
Definitely feeling better.
Every time I hit your panel, I'm gonna show you where I'm at. So right now, I'm in Buffalo, New York. Just something
Okay.
different than an avatar.
Right, right.
Like I say, it's good that to see you doing and you pull through and everything is all right and cool. Briefly, with that situation, I just want to point out something about the deflection. I didn't attack him first. I wasn't attacking him. I had simply, I would come to your channel. I would sometimes come to Sister Nundy, and you know yourself, lately I've been scattered around when I show up because I switched up my hustle and what I'm doing. And during this time that he did this video, I wasn't really on YouTube. Something happened. Somebody very close to me ended up getting killed. So I really,
Sorry, my condolences.
yeah, so I wasn't really around. So people had sent me this, but I didn't watch it. So months had passed and I got around to watching it. And here he is calling me, calling you, calling all these people chomos. And I'm like, what? Why in the would he do some stuff like that? And then I seen other ones where he was like, kept going on where he ain't around, he be over there. And so I'm like, so wait a minute. Here you are, just because I'm not around, now I'm a chomo, and you keep on attacking Queen's Throne and them, saying, he flipped with the wind. Like you said, once I net in them throwing them a bone, it's all good. But once he ain't getting the bone, now, he too flip-floppy. And then the lion, the blatant lion. Now, this ain't nothing new. Everybody watched him chase Nepal around. Him and Nepal was going back and forth with each other, flirting and all that. But now all of a sudden, he never wanted her and all this, and she say, I never wanted him, all this goofy shit. Y'all did this in front of hundreds of people. Just like with the new scandalous chick that came around. Janet, I ain't even begin to show people what she really is. But my point is, he was chasing her around. So when I call him out for doing it, because once something happened between him and Rob or whatever, oh, I never liked her. I wasn't with her. I ain't want her. Dude, you did this in front of hundreds of people. But you claim you stand on the Torah, but you blatantly lying. So I'm looking at the people around him because I look straight through him. I know what he is. Now I'm looking at the people around him like, y'all saw this for y'all self. I got the videos of all y'all telling him to stop chasing that girl, stop doing that. So all y'all being quiet and y'all not calling him out for these lies, and you don't play with no stuff like pedophilia and all that stuff. And I took offense to that, him coming at you like that. Me and him got into it before when he tried to say shit about you. And I'm like, dude, that's what she do. This is how it work. And for you to try to flip it and accuse her or something, nah, nigga. So, no, it's full. It's all gas, no brakes on him. I got the video. Let me tell you. Cause I said I'm gonna be brief. Let me put this out here, cause I ain't put it up yet, cause I've been ripping and running. So I'm finna show. When I put the video up, I'm gonna show y'all something. So one day, Judah does a live. This is when he was holding Sonetta's balls. This is the polite stuff going on. So Judah says something to the effect. I got the video. I got it cut up. I just ain't put it up yet. He was like, yeah, man. See, it's like niggas won't Polite to be guilty. I hope he ain't guilty. Niggas won't him be guilty. Cause if he guilty, then that means, a little girl got molested. Sonetta says, good move.
Wow.
The very next day was the day when Polite came out, when people were saying he took a plea, and Polite came out and said he didn't take no plea. We know he was
That
playing
video.
word games.
Right.
Yeah. But in that video, he damn near said what Judah said verbatim. Y'all want me to be guilty. Y'all want a little girl to get molested.
Yep.
And I'm looking like, hold up, wait a minute. I just seen this. Judah just said this shit yesterday, and now here it is coming out Polite's mouth. So
Yep.
I
And
waited till
Sonetta said it too.
Yeah, I waited till Judah went live because I remember Sonetta was like, good move, good move. So I waited till Judah went live, and I hit his panel, and I'm like, nigga, hold up. Don't you know I heard Polite say something damn near verbatim out of his mouth that you said? And Judah was like, oh, for real, yeah, well, they watch, yeah. Then that's why he had to come out and say he communicated with Polite through Instagram or Facebook or whatever, because he knew I was on to him. He knew I peeped it when nobody else peeped it. I peeped that. Wait a minute. He said almost verbatim what you said out your mouth. And I remember when you said it, Sonetta was like, yeah, good move, Judah, good move. So I knew. And then now here you come admitting you got contact with Polite on Facebook or whatever. No, you still rocking with them behind the scenes and you giving them stuff to say, because people forget. I jumped to the panel, and when Judah was trying to pretend like he was Polite's lawyer, talking about how y'all know that wasn't no, he get this from Sonetta. How y'all know that wasn't the mother's clothing that he had on, that she had on, the little
Facts.
girl had on. All I'm
Facts.
saying is a lot of people might look real stupid. That could have been the mother's clothes. That's when I jumped to the panel and was like, wait a minute. So you would have, because you got to leave your emotions out. You got to think like a lawyer. So I hit the panel and was like, so you mean to tell me the mama got some of Polite's fluids on her, and then the next day she let the daughter, because the mama was with the girl when Polite and the girl left. So the mama saw the girl put on her whatever garment and let her leave, knowing if this is the case, that her and Polite did the night before. So you mean to tell me the mama didn't say, hey, wait, stop, no, don't put that on, that's mine, and I know what me and Polite did last night.
Right.
So
What
it was
mother
just,
would do that?
yeah, it was just so stupid for him to say that. And I saw the trickery that he kept doing. And me and him kept getting to it back and forth when he tried to defend Polite. So when he said Elder Yara, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know there was DNA until Elder Yara hit the panel and showed him the paperwork. That was a blatant, outright lie, because me and him argued that point that I just mentioned way before Elder Yara came up there. So he talking about the DNA that was on the clothing, how we know that wasn't the mama clothing. You knew about the DNA. But you turn around and lie and say, I didn't know until the Yara came. No, nigga, you must have forgot the arguments we had over that. But that's
Right.
just it, man. I'm just sick of all this lying and all this goofy, crazy, stupid ass shit that these niggas do, man. I'm like, my circle is getting smaller and smaller because I can't be around it. And then you supposed to be a man of the Most High. You supposed to stand on the Torah, and you blatantly lying. And I'm watching these people be in this chat. Don't say nothing about it. I'm the only one that
Exactly.
ever got up on there and argued with Judah when he was doing wrong. And I'm looking at these people like, y'all watching this dude do this stuff. Y'all know he sold out to Sonetta. And y'all ain't got nothing to say. Y'all just acting like nothing, right? Just act like nothing. Like Smokey on Friday.
It's like
I
they
mean, not
scared of
Smokey.
him, kind of,
Yeah,
for
that's
some
what I'm saying.
reason.
It's stupid. It's like, no, don't let no man put no fear in your heart. Like, these dudes ain't men. Like, and then I see, just like, man, cause I'll go into some stuff and I'll just start going off on some of this stuff these cats doing. Just like that chick He chasing around. Let me one more thing before I go.
Okay.
That chick Janet,
Oh
and I'm
man.
gonna do a video on this because people don't know. But that's another thing Judah and Rob was lying about. When she said that stuff about black people and hanging them from trees and all that, Judah gonna pretend like he didn't know she said it. That's a lie. Because when I got into it with them on Judah panel, some guy named Mr. Unknown came and played the audio. Janet had tricked me because she had played a small piece of the audio. When I was asking her, when them sisters was on her head, and I remember you did a couple lives on her. And when I saw that, I said, no, you got to tell me what's up. Queen's Throne just went live on you. And Queen's Throne ain't finna go live for nothing. Oh, they lying on me, bro. They turning people against me, bro. I said, what is it? Let me, do you got the audio, what you said? She played a small little clip when it was like, Brandon, you got to get out of here. You might get lynched. And even that, I said, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. You need to talk to them sisters want to talk to you. You need to talk to them. And I was like, if Queen's Throne's live, just go over there and hey, get up there and talk to her. Whatever happened, happened. If you saying you didn't mean it like that or whatever, stand on your square. No, they turned her against me. I won't do it, bro. I heard the whole audio. Judah heard the whole audio. That man played that whole audio, and she was talking about hanging blacks from trees, and she got the KKK. I'm gonna put the video up and show the audio.
Yeah, it was
So when
disgusting. Yeah, do that unseen.
so
I want you to get back into doing these videos when you can.
yeah,
They really good.
so when Judah said when Judah was running around simping for her, trying to talk to her behind Rob back. And then when the stuff hit the fan and they started beeping, and Judah was like, I didn't know none of this. I ain't heard none of this racist stuff. I was defending her. Yeah, you was defending her, and you did hear it because the whole audio got played on your platform. That's another lie you told. And I don't know why these cats lie like this, and they do it in front of hundreds of people and act like ain't nobody gonna say nothing. It's just like how you said. Them cats scared of this nigga, and I don't see why. How are you gonna be scared of a nigga wearing hoop earrings? What the fuck is going on here? What type of gangsters? This nigga talking tough and hard with hoop earrings. Are
But
you
then when
serious, nigga?
he be threatening people with my sister will rape you and all that, like that's cool. My sister be raping people for fun. Like that's
Man,
crazy.
yeah, let me
I
stop
just
because I
cannot. I
I
just
don't want to
cannot.
hold
I ain't
you up.
trying to get you started, but thank you for letting me know about something else. And I think that you did a good job with articulating yourself. And if you ever need to do so on my platform, you already know. Just let me know. And it's up,
Yeah,
period, bro.
I want to talk to you on some other stuff about that music stuff too.
Okay.
I want to do some bars and stuff. But yeah,
Yes.
so let me move around because I got to move around
Okay.
in a second. But hey, look, I'm glad to see you in good health, speedy recovery. Hey, shout out to you because you do something I told you before. Like I can't constantly do it without just snapping because that's some serious stuff. And you was like one of the only people I know go in and out, day in, day out, handling that. So it takes a strength that, hey, I just admit I don't got the strength you got. So
I
I got to give you
appreciate
shout out for that. And hey, everybody out there, hey, be good, be safe. Life is short, man. My whole world just got turned upside down, and it takes a toll on you. So I'm gonna just
definitely.
leave it at that.
Again, my condolences. I know how it is to lose somebody close to you, so I know that that's rough. Take your time. I forgot about that. I ain't trying to rush you back into the video stuff,
No, no,
but
no, no, no.
you did
I
a
I
good
got
job. You
some.
were great. You're great.
I got some. I got some. I'm gonna do something real soon, but I just be moving around. But I got you. I'll hit you
Okay.
up. I.
All right.
But
Much
y'all
love.
be good, be safe. Let me
You
get up out
too.
of New York. All right.
All right. Bye bye. Y'all make sure y'all check out his channel, Unseen. Has been real with me. I remember when we first met, I don't think he think I took it serious what I was doing and stuff, or stuff like that. But shout out to Unseen, long story short, because he's been watching me for a while after he found out that I do take this very serious. I ain't just up here Like, imagine you don't get a lot of views for the stuff that we normally talk about, child molestation and things like that. So I'm definitely not doing it for views, right? But shout out to Unseen Soldier. He's been definitely a great person in my life, far as a friend and shit. I can always, depend on him, call him, or whatever if I need to. But just the realness out here, period, because what he was stating right there is nothing but the truth. Don't nobody have no reason to lie on Judah and act like Judah, did something that he didn't do. Judah literally, after he said all that shit, just weeks ago, came out trying to get Tasha K's attention and shot out me, Uncle Suge, Sister 90, Neo, hella motherfuckers that he's already called a sexual predator. Now, what it is we fight against that, and you cool with that. That's what it is, I remember when Judah really started getting in his feelings, because when Unseen was talking about Judah making those comments about the Brother Polite situation, of course, I seen them in real time on Judah's page, and I made a video out of it. And he, got in his feelings or whatever. I wasn't necessarily talking about him, but that type of rhetoric that he was displaying is definitely some, like, it sounds predatory, period. I ain't never do shit to dude. And there's a lot of these people online will get mad when you stop going in their chat, just like Sonetta did. His issue with me was not about anything about my wrench. It was that I wasn't in his chat and he thought that I had switched sides. Cool, whatever. I could care less about a wrench, period. You know what I mean? If I got one, cool. If I don't, cool. I'm not going to stop watching you because I don't have a wrench. That's stupid, right? But it's just weird with Judah and shit like that. So I got the video where he was talking about the Tasha K shit. If he, responds with some slick ass shit, then we'll open this shit like a motherfucking stuffed ass briefcase or suitcase rather, and let it all just pour out. We'll just, because I've been banking up some shit on his ass. So his best bet is to just shut the fuck up and stop bringing certain people's names up, because we didn't do shit to him. Like, period. That's just how I feel. But anyway, y'all, I've been here for 2 hours and 41 minutes. Yes, yes. And I'm still feeling good. So I think I can get into, editing and stuff. I'm probably going to go see my best friend tomorrow, go see, some family and stuff like that as well. And then also then come back like Friday or something. We back on track. So, I haven't decided where I'm going to talk about the Diddy thing yet. I could do that on my true crime channel, or here. I'm gonna just make some decisions or whatever. So make sure that you're subbed to my true crime channel. If you're not, let me go on my channel and just show y'all something really quick. So if ever you need to find my channels, right, all you gotta do is go down to the bottom, and right here you'll see people that I rock with. I do gotta add to this too. You know what I mean? Some people missing, obviously. But right here on my channels. So my true crime channel is right here. You could definitely go and subscribe or whatever. I had a video over here that did really, really good actually lately. It was this case too. But where was that at? Let me see. Yup, 149K, baby. 149K. So if you want to and we don't trip about views and stuff over here, but I've definitely done it. On this same channel, I got a video that's got 1 million views on it too. So just in case you ever need to, find my channels or whatever, like if you see that I'm not live here and I'm not posting anything on my community board, I might be over here. Well, this is my main channel, but over here. And just in case, we got some backups, because how YouTube used to be is if you don't like somebody, then you just false flag they shit so that they have to, be off YouTube for a week or whatever. And back when I was going live every day, that was an issue. I was arguing with Clyde Diva and even Sonetta or Nepal, and they would false flag me and shit like that. And this other bitch that I exposed for beating her child, knocking 2 teeth out his mouth and breaking his arm. So she got, in her feelings and would do that or whatever. So we had made other channels where I would go over there. That's why I have so many, channels like Queenstone TV, True Crime TV, the Royal Reaction, Queen Bee Comedy, which I need to start adding comedy clips to that. And then my music is over here on the Cash Me Out channel. So just so you guys know, and things like that. And I got a comment about all your content is about Sonetta Studios. It definitely is not, okay? Now, we do have a lot of videos on this channel about Sonetta, right? And maybe even a couple of other channels got some videos, right? Not as much as this one. But Sonetta is definitely somebody that needs to be called out for his shit, his shenanigans and things like that. So it is what it is. Just like talking about one of these other cases on the news or something like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know of that, okay? Much love. Shout out to Belle. Let me see. Yeah, I thought one of the Nickelodeon during COVID, remember when all the they was talking about the celebrities that were on house arrest or whatever? There was a lot of excuse me, there's a lot of CEOs that had resigned or whatever at that time too. But I do remember a Nickelodeon, like, I don't know if he was like, he designed the whatever he did for Nickelodeon, but he was involved in child abuse of children in a sexual manner like that as well. I don't know if that's what Belle's talking about, but shout out to Belle. We was just kind of chilling, kicking it. This is my first live back after surgery, so I just wanted to see if I could sit for a little bit of time and feel comfortable and stuff, and I definitely did. So we back now, okay? We covering. Let me see. I don't know what that is, Control Girl. Put me on, girl. I want to see. I want to see. But I definitely, yeah, I'm interested in covering things more than just Sonetta. But I'm not gonna let him escape. Okay. You good years. I got you. So we're just kind of wrapping up. I'm gonna drop the link one more time for anybody that wants to come up and just talk their shit for a minute. If not, I would just get up off of here. The voice of Elmo. I never heard of that. Let me see. Oh, you're talking about the man. I'm over here was for the research. Was for the search. The voice of Elmo documentary, girl. Yeah, I think that's the man. It was a fat, like Caucasian man, like an overweight. I ain't making fun of him or whatever for being fat, but the child abuse of children. I think it was like child porn or something like that. They had found in his computer. Ren and Stimpy, wow. A recently documentary where they exposed. Oh, okay. Man, I definitely would. The only issue I may have is if it's heavily copywritten, depending on who put it. Control Girl, you got a link. If you got the link, you can share it in the chat. I'll definitely click on it after the live and take a look at it. But like sometimes with like Vice, like isn't it Vice? Yeah, Vice documentaries, those are, if you kind of show them, it's really easy for you to get copywritten struck. So it would just depend on who the maker was. But I'm definitely interested in that. Definitely. I like to mainly take a look at what's going on around us with the children. Not that I don't care about industry children or anything like that. That's definitely not it. But sometimes, if they don't speak on it or information doesn't come out, it's kind of hard to get information. But everything is on the table at this time, so it is what it is. We'll definitely be taking a look. Jeepers Creepers was messing with kids on set. Wow. That's fucked up. These people are just sick. And I wonder what like makes them, were they like that from birth? I guess everybody's like every predator story would be different. But I'm just wondering, like, is this also just like a part of the industry, that these people are sick. They could use these type of things to blackmail somebody, right? I don't know, but this behavior is just out of control. And like, my kids are beautiful, they could be models and stuff like that or whatever. um but I never, took it that far. When I was younger, I modeled for a couple of places and stuff, but I'm glad that my mom was like, she said she was right there and stuff like that. The last time I think I did like a fashion show, I was like, I think 12 or something. And I just remember my mom being like right there, and then I just didn't want to do it anymore after that. But like, for people like Usher, whose mother basically gave P. Diddy her son when he was 10, and she didn't know this man at all, that's scary. Just like the girls, some of the girls, involved in the R. Kelly situation, them parents should have been locked up as well. Wow, not pen pals with John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer. Oh my God. And that's another thing too. Like, I remember Charles Manson was talking about his fan club and how they used to write him and send him stuff and all this and that. And it seemed like, these serial killers, like, I like true crime, right? I don't like that crime happens, but I like to, give my analysis on crime cases, right? But I don't like that it happens. Like, and I would never communicate with a serial killer, like, you know. But there is a lot of women, even women that have married or would call themselves the girlfriend of somebody that's in prison for, killing people or whatever. I just think that's so sick. Oh wow, it does make a lot of sense. Okay, Amanda. There's just so much, and I just hope that more stuff comes out in like the cases and the information that's coming out, far as like Diddy and stuff. But my fear is that since it's a federal case, we're gonna be limited to some of the information possibly. But Amanda did come out and say some stuff. If I'm thinking of the right woman, Orlando Brown, Britney Spears. Yes, girl, when Britney went in there and got to cutting her hair off, it was crazy. Justin Timberlake, wasn't he in the Mickey Mouse Club or something like that? It's just sick. It's sick. Then you got Raven Simone. Something ain't right with Shorty either. I ain't saying she a predator, but something ain't right with her. But yeah, we watched this unfold definitely, and I do keep track of, like, some of the Disney, stars as they grow up and stuff like that. It's just sad. I don't know. But y'all, I'm finna get up out of here. It's been almost 3 hours, and I want to try to get some liquids in me and maybe some scrambled eggs or something. I don't know, child. But I will definitely be back. Expect me back Friday, maybe Thursday. Depends if how long I'm at my best friend's house tomorrow or whatever. Or but I'll be back. I'll be commenting, putting up stuff in the community tab area. So if you haven't been over there, we got a good picture of TD Jakes sweating. Let me show you this. TD Jakes watching Diddy's house get raided. Y'all make sure that so we got some stuff over there, that I'll be dropping or whatever, making little funnies or whatever I'll be doing. I know I ain't been active, but I just really, first of all, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the first, I'd say 5 days, I felt like shit after the surgery, and then everything started to come together. I could literally like feel like the inside where it was swollen. I can feel it, like the swelling going down and stuff. And of course, I can see it in my stomach is going down. Definitely, it's still a little puffy or whatever, swollen, but my incisions are looking great, and the Dermabond, the skin glue that they put instead of the sutures, is starting to come off naturally, like it's supposed to come off by itself. So again, I do have to see my doctor in the morning. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I can get clearance to go back to work. That would be great. But if not, like I said, I'll be working at home, which is mainly paperwork, computer work, but I'll still have more time because Friday, well, next week the kids go back to school. So y'all will be seeing me soon. I appreciate those that stop by. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for everything. I appreciate oh, y'all make sure y'all check out the Information Man show. Let me go get his link, child, cuz there's a couple of y'all that that helped me get through this healing process. And I'm gonna tell you, I was binge watching and even watching, a live or two of the Information Man show. He's got a great setup over there, y'all. I be thinking about moving back to slobs or OBS because that program allows you to do more things. I miss my soundboard, which I guess isn't compatible with StreamYards. And we had some great sounds coming out of the soundboard, but I love how he has his stuff set up over there and things like that. I'm actually think I'm locked out of slobs. I gotta get back into that account. But y'all make sure you check out his channel. He's got some great videos over there. And it's nothing but the truth. So and make sure you check out Doe Eyes. She definitely has some great videos, and also want to shout her out for Doe Eyes has some like smoothie recipes and some like other food recipe type of things over there. I love it. I can drink smoothies. So I have been there was a smoothie, I think it was like ginger, cucumber, and something else. I can't remember. The one that I told you, Doe Eyes, that I was gonna try. We tried that. And I did end up deciding to add yogurt to it, which like frozen yogurt, it made it good. So I do appreciate that because especially when you be wanting them flavors and you can't really eat everything and stuff, smoothies was a great option. I forgot about that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm back and we back in this thing. Shout out to Victor. I appreciate all of you guys. Belle, Unseen Soldiers. Shout out to Nicolette, Control Girl. I've seen Chief Callie in here. Jeanette, not Janet. Don't get her confused. We might have to touch base on the Janet situation. Belle Gates, I see you. Ivan, what's good? What's good? Marquise, shout out to Marquise. Texas Bama. Okay, the Information Man show, of course. Maxine, appreciate you. Like I said, Unseen. Real Mama Fifi. Okay. Tomas. Like I said, Chief Callie. The Seven Steel story. Shout out to everybody. Anybody that I may have missed, I'm not gonna continue to go up because we've been here for a minute. But much love, and I definitely wanted to tell you I appreciate your smoothies and things like that because they did help me out. And it kind of gives you like for me, because I know that my stomach is a little bit smaller now. My actual stomach where the food goes is a little bit smaller now because of the funtiplication wrap. But that I know I understood that smoothies gave me that full feeling without being too full, if that makes sense or whatever. So it kind of lasted, because some of these Jello little cups, I've been just smacking them. I be smacking them sometimes, but knock down a couple of them, because it's basically just water and flavoring or whatever. So thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. I've also been following along with the Tiffany Henyard situation, and I also want to share his live stream on that because that was really good as well. Y'all make sure y'all come over here and check this video out on the Information Man show. He definitely did a great job on that. So anyway, like I said, I will be back, you guys. We back in full effect. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Definitely do. And I will see you guys soon. Much love, y'all. Stay you, stay royal, stay uncompromisable, and please stay woke because you will see me or hear my voice in the upcoming live stream or edit. Another thing, I'm going to start doing some edits possibly to some of these things, some of these topics and not going live on them. So I'll probably drop them as a premiere or just straight from the ground up, just drop it straight onto YouTube. So be sure to check that out. Make sure that you are hitting that bell so that you get notified when I go live. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night. Take care of yourself and those around you. I appreciate you. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.